High school football is on the air. HavenFootball.net is pleased to present tonight's Strath Haven football game. Tonight's District 1 5A semifinal playoff game is between the number 3 seed Rustin Golden Knights and your number 2 seed Strath Haven Panthers.
And Fisher at the 40, at the 50, foot race now, they will not catch James Fisher, he will go 92 yards.
Straight ahead, this is Fuskis, cuts it back to his right, into the secondary, first down and more, still on his feet, midfield, 40, 35, one man to beat, Afani can't get it.
Tonight's game is sponsored by the Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper, true local coverage of Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding neighborhoods, published since 1893. Steve Tobbs, Allstate Insurance and Media. Auto, Home, and Life. You're in good hands with Allstate. AMF Auto Clinic, taking care of your cars since 1961. Located in Brookhaven on Edgemont Avenue. Sandy McCulley at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in Media. Give her a call when buying or selling your home. Ducklings Early Learning Center in Wallingford. Daycare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. Scarpagnato Plumbing. Over 20 years experience for all your plumbing needs in Wallingford. Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulginiti, Andrew Kauffman, and Mike Mayer.
These teams have met twice before. Flashback with me to 2008, when in just its third year of its existence, Westchester Rustin met up with traditional powerhouse Strath Haven in the first round of the 3A playoffs. In the second half of that game, Rustin put the game away with a wing T offense that Strath Haven knew and loved for a couple of decades. But Rustin, in their first step on their way to a 2008 District 1 title, got the best of the Panthers that night. Then, just about 12 months ago, almost to the day, the Panthers got a measure of revenge in the District 1 final. Panthers, under center is Milligan. Tight end to the left is Perlman. Green to the right. Wing to the left is Barlow. Milligan with 10 in the box. They play fake, rolling to his right. Milligan looking, burning for the corner, dives, and he is in for the district title. Sam Milligan inside the pylon with the district title. When Sam Milligan dove inside the pylon, by a matter of inches, the Panthers walked home with their 12th District 1 title on one of the coldest, windiest nights we've seen in District 1 in quite a while. So here we are, the rubber match. Each team has defeated each other twice. Same coaches, different players in some cases, but a lot of the same faces from a year ago. Now in the District 1 semifinals, Strath Haven and Westchester Rustin looking for a trip to the District 1 championship game next weekend over Thanksgiving. Good evening, everybody. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play tonight as we have the undefeated 12-0 Strath Haven Panthers taking on and hosting this year the 10-1 Golden Knights of Westchester Rustin. Head coach Mike St. Clair has the Knights rocking and rolling on the offense. They've got most of their guys healthy. They were up and down most of the season, seem to be missing some key players at different moments throughout the season. But they come in relatively healthy tonight and ready to exact a measure of revenge of sorts against Strath Haven in what was obviously a very hotly contested game a year ago where Strath Haven pulls out the double overtime victory 34-33. Strath Haven comes in healthy. You see them walking in here tonight in their silver helmets, black jerseys, head to toe here, and white numerals, and head coach Kevin Clancy with 344 career wins, looking for number 345 and number 275 at Strath Haven in hopes of getting to the district final for the 14th time. Well, joined as always by Mike Mayer. And Mike, boy, it's been a lot of fun watching these guys this year, 12-0, and tonight is going to be, especially just 6 days after being tested by Springfield, the Panthers will have their hands full tonight.
Yeah, it should be real interesting. You know, if Rustin was more of a throwing team, I would be even more concerned than I already am. I think Rustin's going to come in here with a chip on his shoulder. They want revenge for last year. That was a terrible loss to take. Would have been terrible for either team. Had Rustin, in fact, made the field goal or the extra point earlier after they scored with virtually no time on the clock, they would have beat us by a point. Obviously, it didn't work out that way. But it was absolutely one of those games where it's terrible somebody had to lose, but somebody did. And we went home with victory. But, of course, they're looking now. They're in a position not quite as strong as they were on the seeding chart because they're number 3 versus number 1. But they got to get past us to take on Upper Dublin. Well, we don't know who's going to be. It's between Upper Dublin and Plymouth Whitemarsh next week. But they got to get past us, and they definitely want to taste a victory against us. So they're going to come in breathing fire. And I think Haven's, as ready as they're going to be. The only thing that's got me concerned is these are two powerful wing T offenses, which means they don't throw much. And I suspect this game, looking at the Daily Times, I thought some of those scores were kind of silly. But I expect this is going to be a very close game. I think, 21 points thereabout for both teams is definitely a reachable total. I don't think it's going to be a runaway by anybody. And I think it's going to come down to turnovers and who fails in the red zone. And I think we'll be able to watch that. And, even Springfield's game last week, it was a breakout run on a quarterback sneak for a first down that went down to the 6 and gave us points a couple plays later. And then it was Connor's run. There was, again, a second and fourth and 2, and he just broke through the line and took off. And one of the things about a wing T offense, when you play a tight box defense, you put everybody forward, including your safeties and corners. And if that running back gets past essentially that grouping in the front, there's nobody behind them. And that's a clear running lane. So neither team, if they're going to play that tight, are going to be able to allow anybody to get outside of that box.
Rustin with a three-headed monster of their own in the offensive backfield. A sophomore at quarterback, David McLean. He'll keep it himself and has run the ball reasonably well this year, over 200 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. Throws it certainly more often than Strath Haven has. 49 attempts. He's completed a little over half of those attempts, 6 touchdowns passing and 4 interceptions. But the key to that offense really are the 3 guys in the backfield. An equal number of carries, which is incredible for the 2 halfbacks. Damon Jacobs, 123 carries. Also, the sophomore Chase Hatton with 123 carries. Jacobs with just a little over 1,000 yards rushing. Hatton with just under 1,000 yards rushing, each with 13 touchdowns. So to think about the balance and the way that they've constructed that offense, that it's, they absolutely do not rely on just one guy. And then the minute you start worried about the 2,000-yard guys, they'll hammer you with the fullback. So Kennett got a taste of that last week when Antonio Santangelo led the offense with 12 carries for 141 yards. And so Strath Haven will be in the unenviable position of trying to slow down an offense that averages over 300 yards on the ground per game, and not just one guy doing it. They have to keep hold on to their keys and make sure that everybody is accounted for in the rushing game. You mix in the split end, Nelson Murray, who's dangerous in the return game as well. He's averaging over 24 yards per catch. And, again, this is a Rustin offense that will give a lot of teams trouble. That 10-1 record, is a little misleading in some respects. We were, and Mikey mentioned, I only mentioned it because of the seeding. Rustin, for much of the season, looked like they were going to be kind of in the middle of the pack, seeding-wise, maybe in that 5, 6, 7 seed for a little while. And then there was a forfeited game against Coatesville. Coatesville won the on-the-field battle that night, 38-7, but weeks later was deemed to have used an ineligible player that night, and Coatesville forfeited that game, which launched Rustin into this 3 spot. And again, this playoff run to date has been awfully good. Radnor was held to just 40 yards of offense. Kennett held to just 163 total yards last week.
And Kennett beat them previously.
And Kennett, that's right. Kennett had won the early season matchup 24-14, and Rustin returned the favor 31-7 last Friday night. So Strath Haven also coming off a victory last weekend, also with a rematch of an in-league team. Had a tight one with Springfield that went the Panthers' way as they pulled away in that fourth quarter, but were tested indeed. So just waiting for Rustin to make their way out onto the field, and the game clock being adjusted as well here on the scoreboard. But perhaps a little gamesmanship here for Coach St. Clair and the Golden Knights, as we're about 5 minutes from kickoff. The band is ready, and here come the Golden Knights making their way towards that far sideline. And we'll say thanks in advance to Pat Clancy here at Strath Haven, the athletic director, doing a little bit of everything tonight.
Maybe Mike can grab that picture.
And in the meantime, Rustin, you start to hear the fans and their pep band making a little noise for the Golden Knights out of the Chestmont League. They're in all white uniforms tonight with navy blue numerals and gold helmets. And Mike St. Clair, Coach St. Clair's the only coach they've ever had since the inception in 2006. Right. Comes in now in his 17th year. With a record of 144-50. And again, it's been a winning tradition for sure for the Golden Knights. We mentioned their district title in 2008. They've been oh so close in recent years, finishing as the runner-up not only last year, but also in 2020, which granted was a smaller field of teams with the Central League and others not participating in the playoffs that year, but also won it in 2018. Was runner-up in 2018. Right. So this is a team that is used to winning, has played in many, many big games, of course, in recent years and in many years past. So you mix that in with Coach Clancy and his longtime staff that's been with him for some of them 30 years now. And it should be a heck of a night for football here. Cold and breezy. Not quite as windy as last year's game Thanksgiving weekend, but it's darn close. Captains meeting at midfield. Left to right in front of you for Rustin. Number 10, Antonio Santangelo, is a linebacker and fullback. We mentioned him already in the pregame talk. Jake Law will play inside linebacker. He wears number 52. I can't see the other numbers. I said left to right, but number 3, Damon Jacobs, will be a featured running back and free safety.
60-something.
61 is Jason Hunn, two-way lineman, is fantastic. And there's one more guy I didn't see. I need one man to turn around here. And in the meantime, the Panthers have Sam Milligan, Anthony Crawford, Ben Faribault, and Bob Fuskas shaking hands at midfield, and you can see Austin Connor hanging at the hash mark as well. So lots of good senior leadership for both teams. That other captain for Rustin, number 54, the other inside linebacker, is Connor Corrigan. So Panthers and Knights getting ready to go, as is the Strath Haven Marching Unit, who will perform the Star Spangled Banner here in a moment. They will perform at halftime as well. And we'll take a short time out and say thank you to all of our sponsors for getting things rocking and rolling for the District 1 5A semifinal. We're moments away from kickoff, so stick with us. Be back in a moment on havenfootball.net.
Are you looking to start an exciting career in the healthcare field? Then Keystone Quality Transport is looking for you. Keystone Quality Transport, the region's premier non-emergency medical transportation company, offers a full scholarship into a comprehensive emergency medical technician certification program. Would you like to obtain a National Registry Emergency Medical Technician certification and earn $20 per hour to start? Send an email to hr@kqthealth.com. Start your rewarding healthcare career today.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
That's the Strath Haven Marching Band, the 12th man. We'll hear more from them at halftime. Thanks again to everybody for joining us live on the archive. Thanks in advance to Pete Fulginiti, who's helping with the spotting and some halftime chatter. Andrew Kauffman with some engineering statistics, and we'll hear from him at halftime as well. And, of course, Mike Clancy upstairs working the camera for us. He's been fantastic all year as we've embarked on our first year of video streaming as well.
Literally couldn't do it without him.
True. Well, we could do audio, which we've been doing for quite a long time.
That's
and I will, if you're listening to us for the first time, we will tell you that we call this as if it's an audio broadcast. I will, in a sense, for video purposes, over-talk it, but we know there are some people not in front of a screen, so we will do our best to paint the picture along with what you see in front of you, thanks to Mike's fantastic camera work. All right, Panthers getting ready to tee it away and kick it off with the wind at their back. Senior kicker Tim Steyer has it over on the far hash mark. A couple of dangerous return men standing deep for Rustin. More than a couple, actually. All four of them could take it to the house on any touch. Nelson Murray wears number 1. He is flanked by Chase Hatton. They await at the 10-yard line. The two up men, Antonio Santangelo and Damon Jacobs. Jacobs and Murray each have kick return touchdowns earlier in the season. And we are underway. Steyer, high end-over-end kick. This will be Murray at about the 8-yard line, straight up the hash mark, looking for some room and has some speed. Look out. One man to beat. Can Steyer catch him? I don't think so. 40, 30. There are no flags. And Nelson Murray throws the first punch for Rustin just 13 seconds in.
Whoa.
92 yards for the senior. And boy, untouched. Just beautifully, beautifully blocked. And the Panthers on their heels just 13 seconds into it.
Wow, that's a shocker and very difficult to recover from. We got a whole football game to play, but that's a tough thing to give up.
Well, they'll have to rethink maybe kicking it to number 1. That's his second return touchdown of the season. Griffin Strunk on for the extra point now, trying to make it a 7-0 game early. High snap, ball spotted, kick is no good. The Panthers got a hand on it. Sam Milligan again. Third time this year he's blocked an extra point, and hey, we saw last year what those extra points can mean later in the game. Panthers down 6-0 early, but we'll all right, let's take a short break. Get everybody catch their breath after a Rustin touchdown. They fire the first punch. Panthers about to get the ball back. When we get it, come back on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Westchester Rustin on top. 6-0 after the opening kickoff goes 92 yards in the arms of Nelson Murray. All right, Panthers trying to answer now, and picking it up and now they're going to blow the whistle. They said Chase Nagle's knee touchdown as he caught it at the 14-yard line, so not great field position for the Panthers, but they get the offense on the field now early in the first quarter here. Your quarterback is Sam Milligan. Anthony Crawford, Bob Fuskas, and Austin Connor are in the backfield behind him. Tight end Marco Kauffman and Ben Faribaugh. Your center tonight is Ryan Weinberg in place of Carter Law, who is out with an illness. Cole Miller and Jackson Jeremiah get the start at guard. They'll rotate Gavin Pilson in as well. Will Luthold and Billy Brown are your bookend tackles, and the Panthers with a long field in front of them starting at their 13. We'll get to the Rustin defense momentarily. Here we go. Wing T look, 2 tight ends. Motion man is Austin Connor, and the give is to Anthony Crawford, and he'll bang his way across the 15. Pick up about 4 or 5 on first down, and right into the teeth of the Rustin defense. Speaking of the Rustin defense, up front, they've got Jeremy Lynn, Colin Riley, Mike Labus, and Jason Hunter. You're down 4. Marek Seaman, Connor Corrigan, Jake Law, and Antonio Santangelo, your 4 linebackers. The corners, Chase Hatton and Jake Crispino, and Damon Jacobs is your free safety. 2nd down and 6 from about the 17. Wing to the right, and they give on second down is Austin Connor. He is banged down at about the 22, maybe a yard or maybe less than a yard shy of a first down. We'll call it 3rd down and 1 as Connor kind of had the big play for the Panthers last week as that 55-yard scoring run early in the 4th quarter on 4th and 2 squashed some Springfield momentum and gave the Panthers that 2-touchdown win. On 3rd and a yard, this is Crawford. Didn't find much, but didn't need much. I think he'll have enough here as they mark it out to the 25-yard line, and that will move the chains. First down for Strath Haven. Anthony Crawford last week set the school record for most rushing yards in a season. Now with these first couple of carries, he's over 1,900 on the season. At the 10:20 and counting mark here in the opening quarter. So just 13 seconds into it, Rustin was on top, but the Panthers looking to answer here. Quick hitter to Crawford, runs into his own man, but bangs his way across the 30, near first down yardage on first down. Nice work by Crawford. We'll call it a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 upcoming. Good push up front that time by Weinberg at center and others. And I'm finishing up my delayed tweet. That touchdown happened so fast.
Yeah.
All right. Kauffman, tight end to the left, Faribault to the right. Wing to the right is Fuskas rather. They give it to Fuskas, sweep to the left side, first down and more, and now he's dropped hard.
Boy.
Good hit by Damon Jacobs coming up quickly. Just as that hole started to open, Jacobs flies up from the free safety spot and buries him at the 37-yard line. Still enough for a first down, and Fuskas picks up 4 on his first carry of the night. Fuskas also over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. As Sam Milligan breaks the huddle again with 9:10 and counting to play here in the opening quarter. Panthers with some breathing room now at their own 37. 2 tight ends. Wing T look again. Crawford not much doing that time. Good work inside by the front 5. Connor Corrigan, front 4 rather, but Connor Corrigan from the linebacker spot crashed in as well. Gain of just 2, 2nd down and 8. We've seen the Panthers wear teams down. They'll live with 2, 3, 4 yards at a time and then pop a big one later on. Whether they get that tonight or not, we'll wait and see, but don't expect much change here from the Panthers, who run it 96% of the time leading into tonight. On 2nd and 8, it's Crawford one more time and not much doing. Good push off the left side momentarily, but Jason Hunn collapses that. And maybe a yard. 3rd down and 7, and this is where the Panthers don't want to be. A little bit off schedule here, Mike.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, listen, Rustin is getting tougher. They're starting to they get a better feel what's going on. You've got good size on that team. I'm looking at these kids. They all look like they're uniform height. I know they're not, obviously, but good size, good speed. They understand this offense because they run it all year long. So they're making adjustments to try to cover.
Split to the near side for the first time is Chase Nangle on 3rd down and 7. Milligan turns a sweep to the near side. Looking for room is Austin Connor. Sheds a tackle. Bounces his way forward. It'll turn it into 4th and about 4. So good work there by Connor. Panthers show the threat of pass there, but it's out to the 43. And looks like the punt team's coming on. So 4th and about 4 as Connor picks up just 3. All right. So, not a great start here for the Panthers, who have started slowly each of the last couple of weeks. Trailing 6-0 now. We'll punt it away to Damon Jacobs. Milligan takes a good snap and lets it go. High wobbler. It'll take a Strath Haven sideways bouncing. Now takes a Rustin roll back out across the 30-yard line before Evan Menaker kills it at the 31. So 6:57 to play here in the opening quarter, and Rustin's offense on the field for the first time. So we'll get to the Rustin starters here. Your quarterback is sophomore David McLean. 3 seniors behind him in the back, 2 seniors and 1 sophomore behind him in the backfield. Antonio Santangelo, your fullback. Halfbacks are Damon Jacobs and Chase Hatton. 2 tight ends are Jeremy Lynn and Jason Hunn. Hunn serves essentially as an extra lineman. Center is Noah Katabjian. Guards Jake Law and Charlie Covington. Joseph Gabber and Colin Riley are your tackles. Split end to the far side is Marek Seaman. Wing T. Motion is Jacobs, and they toss to the right side. Looking for running room and not finding much. Panthers stack him up and bury him shy of the line of scrimmage. Good work there by Anthony Crawford. They drop him back at the 29-yard line. Loss of 2 on the play for Jacobs. And we'll get to the Panther defense now. Up front, Austin Connor, Ben Faribault, Jason Williams, and the sophomore Vince Hales. Inside backers are Anthony Crawford and Marco Kauffman. Your outside backer, Bob Fuskas. Your corners are Chase Nangle and A.J. Glavichik. James Fisher is your strong safety. Sam Milligan in center field as the free safety. 2nd down and 12. From their own 29, Rustin McLean turns and gives to the fullback, and banging his way out across the 35 to the 36 is Santangelo. So nice gain right there, going straight ahead out to the 36. Turn it into third down and about, call it about 6. So Santangelo, again, Kennett had no answers for him last week. I was watching that film and just straight ahead, breaking tackles. This is not a guy you're going to arm tackle with just one man. You're going to have to wrap him up probably with multiple helmets. All right. 5:40 to go here in the opening quarter. Merrick Seaman split to the near side. Wing to the right. Comes in motion. They could go with a jet sweep. Chase Hatton turns upfield. He's got some room across the 45, midfield, down the near sideline, and he's banged out of bounds by Chase Nangle. Nangle with a stop, but not before he picks up the 41-yard line, and the jet sweep picks up 25.
It looks
the
like
Panthers on their heels.
It looks like defense was zeroing in on him, but then just lost him with some good blocking and up a seam. So Haven's going to have to find some answers. Obviously, they do not want to get down by 2 scores here.
Joseph Gaber, the sophomore left tackle, did a good job that time sealing it. Nangle will have to check out. Evan Menaker checks in at corner. Nangle is seems to be okay. Just think needs to get his helmet back on. All right, here we go. Split end to the near side. Wing to the left is Jacobs. They give to the fullback. Off the right tackle, and straight ahead goes Santangelo for 7 or 8 more. Give him 8. Down to the Strath Haven 33-yard line. So Panthers bending here early and trailing 6-0. 5:11, 5:10 and counting to play here in a fast-moving first quarter. If you're joining us late, Rustin scored on the first play of the game. The kickoff went 92 yards thanks to Nelson Murray. Extra point was blocked, but now Rustin on the move here. Double wing. Hatton in motion. They give it to him. Sweep to this near side. Panthers have him wrapped up momentarily, and it is Evan Menaker holding the edge nicely until he got some help from Marco Kauffman and friends.
First down.
And still, though, Hatton picks up 3 and a first down. Down to the 34, down to the 30-yard line. And again, this is a Rustin offense that started to find its sea legs here. They averaged 302 rushing yards and 47 passing yards per game. And Coach St. Clair happy to keep it on the ground right here. 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs. Probably 4-down territory here for Rustin. Nelson Murray in it, split end, split to the right. Wing to the left and back to pass McLean. Made a liar out of me. They want to throw it. Down the middle it goes, and it is knocked away by Sam Milligan. Murray was open. Oh, then a flag comes in way late. My goodness. Oh, they're going to talk it over, I guess. Glavicek with good coverage on the hip. Milligan coming over, and, well, they're going to talk it over.
Watching on a replay.
All right,
there was some backward motion on the receiver, but
not sure what I mean, the flag that flew came in well after the play. And they're going to pick up the flag. All right, so no flag on the play. Incomplete it falls as Milligan got over in time to knock it away from Murray. So, yeah, made a liar out of me right away.
Yep.
So we'll keep it on the ground, right? McLean letting it fly, and a near miss there. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 10 upcoming now for the Golden Knights. 4:15 to go here in the opening quarter. Strath Haven defense needs a stop, trailing 6-0. Rustin trying to punch one in here. Tight end to the right is Jeremy Lynn. Motion man is Damon Jacobs. They sweep to that right side, looking for room is Hatton. He has some room. Bounces a tackle the outside, pulling away the sophomore inside the 10, inside the 5, diving for the pylon and into the end zone. Chase Hatton in from the 30, and the Panthers trailing by 2 scores for the first time all season. Well, just good push up front.
very, very similar type run to the pylon that we saw in the pregame film.
Just a different color uniform wearing it if you're a Strath Haven fan. All right, Griffin Strunk on for the extra point. Chase Hatton needs to catch his breath as he's the holder on a knee here at the 10-yard line. All right, 12-0, extra point pending. Snap, spot, kick plenty long enough, and Strunk right down the middle this time. 4:06 to go here before the end of the first quarter, and Rustin jumping out early on the Panthers. Strath Haven trying to turn it around when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa
Sure did.
and the Frank tank,
You know it.
and now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Rustin 13, Strath Haven nothing. Still plenty of time to go, though. 4:06 to play here in the opening quarter. High end-over-end kick. It will come down and fielded there by Austin Connor. Looking for running room across the 25 to the 30, and a little bit better starting spot here for the Panthers. Their opening drive started at their 14, stalled out near midfield, and Rustin made them pay. So, Mike, you said it in the pregame. This is a kind of game where if you have the football, you need to turn it into points. Stops are going to be big in a game like this one with the way both of these teams can chew clock.
And now that you're down by 13, you have got to get some points here. The clock is not your friend anymore.
All right, Panthers from the far hash, two tight ends, trailing by 13, wing to the left here in the first quarter, and they go with a sweep to the near side. This is Austin Connor, who's banged down. Good work there by Corrigan, along with number 22, Chase Hatton, who has had himself a whale of a first quarter. Hatton with that 30-yard touchdown run, 57 yards rushing already. And Panthers trying to get something going here.
Garnet Valley and Downingtown East are tied at 7 in one of the 6A semifinals.
All right. Thanks for the update, Andrew. Second and a long 9. Wing to the right is Fuskas. On second down, they go quick hitter to Anthony Crawford, who spins his way forward and stretches out near across the 40-yard line. Brings up third down and 3. So Crawford picks up 7. And Panthers now third in what seems to be a manageable 3. You say that, right, when you're coming in averaging 8 yards per carry as a team. But, hey, it's been tough sledding so far for the Panthers. 3rd and 3 from their own 40. This is Fuskas for room momentarily off the left side, but it closed quickly. Maybe a yard. It'll turn it into 4th down and 2. And somebody came shooting into the backfield that time, and Rustin absolutely selling out right now to stop this run attack, and the Panthers may need to work the edges here or get something going in the flat to loose them up.
This is 4th and 2. This is risky, and if he tries a quarterback sneak on this play with the power that Rustin has up front, this should be interesting to see what they do. This is gutsy.
All right, here we go. Big play already here late in the first quarter. Panthers down by 2 scores. They sweep to the right side. Milligan looking, has time, now floats it. It is deflected and caught by Anthony Crawford across midfield. Oh, a juggling catch for the fullback. And maybe a little spark for the Panthers here as he gets yardage to the 47-yard line.
Boy, that was risky and almost didn't work.
13 yards on the completion from Sam Milligan to Anthony Crawford. Just the second time this year that they've connected. But it gives the Panthers a little life here with 1:59 to play here in the opening quarter. 13-0 Rustin. Wing to the left is Austin Connor. On 1st and 10, this is Anthony Crawford. Running room again. Bangs his way to the 40. Well, give him 7 more, and this might be a fullback kind of night.
Well, they just passed it, and that was risky as could be. I mean, I think that Milligan thought he could get to the first down, and that obviously shut down on him pretty quick. So it's going to be interesting to see how this gets played out.
Second down and almost 4. Wing to the left, Austin Connor. Now they shift. Fuskas goes wing right. This is Connor looking for running room and a block, and he bounces outside and hanging on for dear life. I think that's Santangelo, or was that 18? That's the corner coming up to make the stop. That's Jake Crispino, rather. And near first down yardage, and they'll give it to him. Nice work there by Connor. picking up 4 and a first down.
After one, Plymouth, Perk Valley and Central Bucks West are tied at 0. Downingtown East now has a 14-7 lead on Garnet Valley.
All right, 2 tight ends here. Faribault to the right, Kauffman to the left on 1st and 10. This is Anthony Crawford, running room into the secondary. Look out, one man to beat, spins away, 15, 10, and dumped inside the 5. Anthony Crawford ripping through tacklers down to the 2. 34 yards later, the Panthers in business. Well, much better blocking up front that time. It had a little room to kind of pick a hole there at the start, and then did a bunch of that on his own with a couple of spin moves.
Yeah, well, that was the kind of breakout we've been waiting for, and fortunately it happened.
Inside of 30 seconds to play here. 1st and goal. Give is to Austin Connor. Tries to push off the right side. He is going to be shy of the goal line here, so they stop him at about the 1. 16 seconds, 15 seconds. And I think Coach Clancy will probably just bring everybody back to the huddle and flip ends of the field. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and that will do it for the first quarter. Well, not a great start for the Panthers and their fans. They trail 13-0. First time all year they've trailed by 2 scores, but they're knocking on the door when we come back to start the second quarter. Glad you're joining us live on the archive here on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play, joined by Mike Mayer, Andrew Kauffman, and Pete Fulginiti. Mike Clancy on the camera. And Strath Haven starts this second quarter trailing 13-0, but have 2nd and goal from the Westchester Rustin 1-yard line. And, hey, it holds true, right? This is their 3rd playoff game in a row where they've had a scoreless first quarter.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Maybe the second quarter belongs to the Panthers. We'll see as Sam Milligan goes under center with 2 tight ends and a wing T behind him. On 2nd and goal, Anthony Crawford bangs his way into the end zone. Touchdown Crawford for the 27th time this year. Anthony Crawford finds pay dirt on the first play of this second quarter, and the Panthers now have cut the lead in half and extra point pending. Well, that's a nice little wake-up call. That 4th down conversion turned into something special there, Mike.
Oh, it certainly did, and it, we got smoke coming in.
All right, extra point on the way here from Tim Steyer. Plenty of leg, and sneaks it inside the upright. And Steyer, perfect once again. 13-7, we'll take a short timeout, see what Rustin can do, and more importantly, what can Strath Haven's kickoff team do? Don't kick it to Nelson Murray, maybe. Here we go when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K child care with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old, within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School, on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Anthony Crawford's 1-yard touchdown plunge has given the Panthers and their fans some life here. 13-7. And now ready to kick it away is Tim Steyer. Steyer approaches. Line drive kickoff. This will come to and scoot away from Nelson Murray. He's going to pick it up with his foot on the goal line. He's going to run into a little bit of trouble and buried by Ryan Henry and friends. Oh, number 8 got down there in a hurry.
Well, that was a lot of miscommunication back there.
I guess the ball never got it to the goal line, but Murray, when he picked it up, did have his heel on the goal line.
Ref was right there. He was looking at it. I don't know what he was looking at.
Seemed to be. All right, well, either way, tough starting field position here for Rustin at their own 10.
Good for us. If the ref had called it, it'd be on the 20. Now they're on the 11 or the 10.
Well, there we go. 11:51 to play here in the first half. Rustin with a long field here. They send Marek Seaman, terrific lacrosse player, committed to West Point, also a good wrestler. He's the split end to the left. Motion man is Chase Hatton to the left as well. Anthony Crawford takes care of the fullback here as Santangelo goes for a couple. Maybe out to the 13 or so, but Crawford there waiting for him. It brings up 2nd down and 7. So we'll try to keep you posted on other
After
scoring.
1 quarter of play, Plymouth Whitemarsh and Upper Dublin tied at 0. 3 punts for Plymouth Whitemarsh, 2 lost fumbles for Upper Dublin.
Ooh. All right.
The story of that game. Turnovers and punts.
Okay. Downingtown East leading Garnet Valley now 14-7 in the second quarter. Here 13-7. Rustin with the lead and the football. 2nd down and 7. Shotgun look for the first time. It's David McLean. Give on the stretch play to the left side. This is Damon Jacobs trying to give him a little room out of the shotgun. Finds a few off that left side. Crawford and others combine for the stop at about the 17. So brings up 3rd down and 3.
Boy, this would be an important stop back here. And they're already got a short distance for a 1st down. They're really going to have to trap him for no gain. Or less than 2, that's for sure.
All right. See what the Golden Knights can come up with right here. Back to the wing T look. Under center is McLean. Double wing. Hatton goes in motion from right to left. He has it on that sweep to the left side and nothing doing.
Ooh.
Panthers wrap him up. Vince Hales, the sophomore, meets his fellow classmate on the other side of the ball. And it'll turn into 4th down and 2 from the 18. Nice work by the Panther defense, and Coach St. Clair, they're going to run the punt team on. It looks that way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't believe they're going to go for it.
They had to think about it for a moment there.
Ooh, that's too dangerous. You're
early with the lead.
You're winning. Just flip the field.
And have the wind at your back here.
Yeah.
So
have some confidence in your defense.
Like they will kick it away. Standing deep to return, Evan Menaker and Sam Milligan with their heels on the 50. Rustin had a punt block last week. Hatton with sort of a rugby-style kick gets it away. High spiral. It'll come down to Milligan with a fair catch at the 47-yard line. And you can see the wind have an effect there. And Sam maybe almost overran that one, huh?
Yeah, well, the good news is he probably saved at least 10 yards if it rolled. The bad news is, God, if he had dropped that, he was surrounded.
Chase Hatton with a good kick out to the 47-yard line. Plenty of hang time. And Strath Haven now trailing by 6, 9:32 to go before halftime. A chance to take advantage of a short field. Anthony Crawford is your fullback. Next to him is Bob Fuskas. 2 tight ends, and now they shift. Faribault goes tight end to the right. And on 1st down, they sweep to that right side. Looking for room is Austin Connor. Nothing doing. Good work there by the Golden Knights defense. That's Hatton coming in quickly. Lose a yard and turns it to 2nd down and 11. It looks like some tentative running perhaps, but there's not much. There was just no room. I mean, there's just a terrific job up front.
If you slow down, you're always better off. And, of course, it's tough to teach people to do this. You got to run full bore, and if you don't have anything to run at somebody and just hope you can break out. If not, because by hanging back, you lose a yard. So if you'd pitched it forward, you would have at least gotten back to the line of scrimmage, theoretically.
2nd and 11. Panthers will try it again, this time from their own 48. Motion man is Fuskas to the near side. On the delay, the give is to Crawford, and he'll run right into the arms of the inside linebacker at the 44-yard line. So gain of about 4 for Crawford, and it turns into 3rd down and about 7. All right. Panthers.
Well, we haven't seen a whole lot of attempts outside, and there must be reasons for that. They seem to have excellent containment on the end, so that could be an issue.
Hatton, good job tackling at a corner spot. And Crispino has done well containing as well. All right, Panthers go heavy to the right side instead. They go up the middle. Anthony Crawford barrels his way for 1st down yardage.
Wow.
They went everybody to the right side and then ran it off the weak side left guard there, and Anthony Crawford down to the 34-yard line for a gain of 10 and another first down.
That quick hitter up the middle was really great. And, you know, when you've got the linebacker stuff coming in so quickly, they are trying to read the ball, and when you hand off that quickly and just charge ahead, it doesn't allow them to get set and try to close in on the play, which is what gives that game possibility.
81 yards rushing already for Anthony Crawford. T formation, 2 tight ends. It's Milligan. They give on the sweep to the near side for Fuskas. Gets a block from Gavin Pilson, and then a beautiful tackle by Damon Jacobs. Just got a piece of his ankle inside the 30, so Fuskas, he'll live with a 7-yard run. That's not too bad, but there was a chance for a whole lot more if Jacobs doesn't make a big tackle right there. Nicely done. They'll put it down at about the 28. Call it 2nd down and 4. Clock ticks. 7:08 to play here before halftime. Strath Haven trailing 13-7, but on the move here. 2nd down and about 4. Crawford, nothing doing that time, and crashing through Santangelo to get a piece of his ankle just as he took a handoff, and call it no gain. 3rd and 4 now.
Oh, definitely 4-down territory down here, so they got 2 downs to make this yardage up.
Kicking into a wind, not ideal
conducive.
field goal conditions for anybody. But Milligan brings in the play and breaks the huddle with a tight end to the left, Ben Faribault, Marco Kauffman to the right. Double wing. On 3rd and 4, Milligan turns, gives to Crawford, a little bit, sheds that first tackle. Thank goodness for the Panther fans there. Could have been a loss on the play, but Crawford got the legs moving, and he's near first down yardage. We'll see. All right, check the spot. You're looking at 4th and inches or a first down. We'll see. Or you got a little, is there a flag? A little huddle from the officials here. And, personal foul, face mask. Okay. All right, so there's the reason for the huddle.
Yep.
All right, so give Crawford 4 to pick up the first down, and then you're tacking on 15 more here from the 23. Well, or you go half the distance, right?
Half the distance,
half the distance to the 12. All right, Panthers in business now. Crawford 4 yards on the run, 15-yard face mask. Gives the Panthers the football in the red zone for the 2nd time tonight. They've scored on 90% of their possessions inside the red zone this season. Here, 1st and 10 from the 12. Austin Connor, keeping it himself is Milligan trying to stretch it to the outside, and he'll get maybe a yard. Excellent pursuit that time, Merrick Seaman and others. But good fake to Austin Connor. Had me fooled.
I think that's what Haven's concerned about, is their outside pursuit is very, very strong, and I that was a play that continually went for big yards game after game, and they covered it really well. So there's going to have to be some thought process of how they do this play calling.
From the 11, 2nd down and 9. Milligan under center. From the far hash, they shift everybody to the left. 2 tight ends now to the left, wing to the left as well. And they go to Anthony Crawford up the middle. He'll drive his way near first down yardage, or closer to it, I should say. See where they spot this. Maybe about the 5 or so. We'll see.
It looks like about 7 or 8.
No, it looks like the ball's at the 5 based on the official on the near sideline.
Well, brings up 3rd down and 2. So Crawford.
After 1 quarter, Downingtown East and Garnet Valley are tied at 14.
Okay, exciting over there. Here, 13-7, and maybe getting a little more exciting as the Panthers line up 3rd down and 3 from the Rustin 5. It's Anthony Crawford one more time, driving the pile forward. I think he's got enough for a first down.
Absolutely.
And then, he may have lost the football. Let's see. He may have lost the football. Rustin thinks they have it. The question is, was he down first?
Yes, they have it.
Nope, they have it. Ball came out. The Panthers cough it up inside the 5-yard line, and Rustin dodges a bullet with 5:19 to play here before halftime. So the Panthers just a couple yards from tying or taking the lead, and now Rustin trying to get out of its own end zone here. Still plenty of time to go, but Panthers have missed some opportunities for sure. All right, 1st and 10 for Rustin at their own 2-yard line. Now can the defense step up and make a play? All right, Evan Maneker still in the game at corner. Chase Nangle sidelined at the moment. And now timeout for Rustin. They'll want to talk things over, backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost right here. We'll take a short timeout with him. Rustin, defense comes up big with the first turnover of the night, 13-7. Rustin on top with the football when we come back on HavenFootball.net.
Gridiron Club is a fundraising organization affiliated with the Football Parents Association. We raise money to support the Strath Haven football team and other Strath Haven sports teams. We could not be successful without the help of the following key supporters for the 2022-23 sports season. Our thanks and appreciation to Jessica Mudrick and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in Media, Haven by McCann in Nether Providence, KDI Office Technology in Aston. The Haven Gridiron Club and all the student athletes at Strath Haven are grateful for your support. Go Panthers!
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. 5A District 1 semifinal. 1st and 10 for Westchester Rustin. Power I look this time. On first down, the give inside is to Jacobs. He pushes it to about the 5, maybe a little more than that. We'll see where they spot it. And maybe the 5 yards, and that's about it. So gain 5-yard line, rather. So gain of about 2 or 3 as the Panther defense swarmed quickly that time. But a little bit more breathing room for Rustin here. 4:55 to go here before halftime.
Early second quarter, Upper Dublin has a 7-0 lead on Plymouth Whitemarsh.
On second down. Again with a power I. 2 fullbacks. Tailback is Chase Hatton. They toss it to him. Looking for room off that left side. Hatton trying to stretch it outside, and the Panthers there to meet him. Nicely done by the Panther defense in pursuit. And brings up third down. Hatton a little worse for the wear as he gets up hobbled. So not a good sign right there. The sophomore has been really the best weapon for this Rustin offense so far. All right, McLean looking for the play here on 3rd down and 5. Clock ticks. We'll be inside of 4 minutes to go here in quarter number 2 when Rustin breaks the huddle.
How critical it is Haven make this stop right here.
Panther defense trying to get off the field. Hatton still limping noticeably. He's in the backfield. Shotgun look here. And then timeout called here for Rustin, their second, and they need to talk it over here with 3:52 to go in the second quarter. Remember, Strath Haven will get the football to start the third quarter as well, but if they can get off the field or get the ball back in good field position, could be interesting. Andrew?
In the other 6A semifinal, Central Bucks West has a 20-yard interception return to take a 7-0 lead on Perkiomen Valley.
Garnet Valley and CB West played back in week 1, and right now the possibility exists that they could be matched up again in the District 1 final next Friday night. And again, it's just terrific matchups around District 1 tonight. The 5A games, Upper Dublin and PW, longtime rivals when they were in the Suburban 1 American Conference, and there's been some realignment, but those are 2 teams that used to play each other every year. Now, you've got the rematch from last year's District 1 final. Rustin and Strath Haven. Rustin leading 13-7, 3rd and 5 from their own 5-yard line. Quarterback draw, McLean up the middle, and Austin Connor's got him. Shy of the first down, I believe. It's going to be close. Austin Connor got off his block quickly, and, well, Coach Clancy called timeout as it's 4th down from about the 11-yard line. So the Panthers, with 3:42 to play before halftime, will take a short timeout with them. 4th and about 2 upcoming here for Rustin, just outside their 10-yard line. Will they kick it away with the wind at their back? We'll find out in a moment on HavenFootball.net.
Selling or buying a home is serious business, and for serious business, the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. 4th and 2 for Rustin. Panthers have to be careful not to jump off sides, but Chase Hatton awaits the punt snap a couple yards deep in his own end zone. Snap is high. Hatton goes up to get it and kicks it away. Low line drive kick. It'll take a Rustin roll across the 40. Panthers do well to get away from it, and they're right back where they started their last possession, this time at the Rustin 46. 3:32 to play before halftime. And look, Mike, they marched it down to the 2-yard line and lost the fumble. The Panthers just their 5th turnover all season long. And so here you have to have some optimism if you're a Panther fan, saying from this same spot on the field, you just marched down and came a couple yards shy of taking the lead. And now with 2 timeouts and getting the football back to start the third quarter, Panthers with a real chance to turn the tide. On first down, they give. Sweep to this near sideline is to Bob Fuskas. He took a heavy hit. Boy, did he get belted. Nice work there, coming up hard is number 52, Jake Law, to meet him at the Rustin 43.
Yeah, I think he wanted to keep going at the end, but saw that it was closing off, and he turned upfield, and I suspect that linebacker didn't know he was coming at him either, and it just is a collision.
2nd and 7. Ben Faribault, tight end to the right. Marco Kauffman to the left. Inside of 3 minutes to play before halftime. Panthers shift. Everybody to the left, they go heavy to this side. And coming near right up the middle goes Anthony Crawford again. Inside the 30, down to the 28. Crawford for 15 more. And another Panther first down.
All right, we got 2:46 and rolling. We've got 2 timeouts for Haven left and 1 for Rustin.
Panthers break the huddle quickly. 1st and 10 at the Rustin 29-yard line. Milligan under center. Gives to Fuskas off the left side with running room this time. He'll bump his way down inside the 25. Second effort to the 20. Drives the pile forward. Squat rack time down to the 16.
And first
13 more for Bob Fuskas. And the Panther offensive line starting to find their sea legs a little bit.
Fuskas hurt his arm, it looks like, or his hand. He's favoring it.
Yeah, he had the ball ripped out right at the end of the play.
Yeah, he's got to be careful to continue these plays because they're ripping.
1st and 10 at the 17. Gives Anthony Crawford. Up the middle he goes. He's going to wear on you, isn't he? Down inside the 15 to the 10. 7 more for Crawford. He has 17 carries already. We've not reached halftime. He's going to be a busy man tonight. 114 yards and the Panther touchdown. Panthers break the huddle again. 2 tight end set. Gives to Fuskas one more time. A little bit of room, and they rip at that football, and understandably so. Hey, it worked on the last drive, right?
Absolutely. It's how you play the game.
Rustin gets the stop there, brings up 3rd down and 1 as Fuskas picks up just a couple. 3rd and 1. Football
Quarterback
at
sneak
the
time.
8.
Quarterback sneak time.
T formation. Mike, you called it, and Sam Milligan's going to get himself a first down. Didn't get it on that first bump, but off the right guard, takes it down to about the 6 or 7. This will stop the clock momentarily, but then here we go.
Last time he bounced off to the right, he ran down to the 6-yard line. So
that's
from the 40 or so.
Yeah, in the last game against Springfield, you're right. 1st and goal from the 5. Clock ticks. 1:05 to play here in the first half. Strath Haven with 2 timeouts in their pocket if they need it. Milligan turns and gives to Crawford off the left side, and good tackle again. I think that's Santangelo off the edge, grabbing Crawford low, as one should. Gain of just 2 on the play. Panthers with 3 more cracks at it now from the 3-yard line.
Yeah, 45 seconds.
Still with 2 timeouts. Milligan hustles in the play. 35 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Taking too much
Panthers,
time.
I think, are content to not go too fast. From the 3, Milligan to Crawford off the left side, pushing the pile, and he is down inside the 1, just shy of the goal line. Clock ticks, 22 seconds. And the clock stopped for a Strath Haven timeout, I believe. Yes, timeout, Strath Haven. Okay. Panthers call timeout with 22 seconds to go, and we'll
stay
keep
here.
It right
Let's
here.
talk about some updates. Anything we got? One more timeout for each side.
One more timeout for Strath Haven.
I'm sorry, we're
and
reporting
Rustin,
to the people inside the booth as well. We
Seven.
do it all here.
Okay.
7-7 Perk Valley and Central Bucks West tied 2 minutes to go to the half.
What do we have with Upper Dublin? Anything?
That is 7-0 Upper Dublin, late second quarter.
Okay. All right. Here, 13-7. Rustin on top.
Downingtown East and Garnet Valley still tied at 14.
13-7. Rustin on top of Strath Haven, but the Panthers with less than a yard from tying this football game. Their last possession ended at the 2-yard line with a fumble. Here, trying to cash in and take their first lead of the night. Football inside the 1. I don't think you can get much closer to the goal line here. Could be Sam Milligan on the sneak here. Milligan drops the football, picks it up, and then pushes his way. Where? No signal. Clock ticks. 15 seconds, 14 seconds.
Timeout.
And then there's just no signal from the referee. All right. Milligan juggled the snap, and I guess they said his knee touched down when he picked it up. All right, so they'll try it again, and Strath Haven will use their final timeout with 10 seconds to go. All right.
10 seconds to go, 1 yard to go, and fourth down? Yeah, fourth down.
Well, Panthers 4th and goal from the 1, and boy, oh boy. Talk about some drama here, and, heartache if the Panthers can't punch it in here. You've already lost one fumble inside the 5 a few minutes ago. Defense did a great job holding them Rustin to a 3 and out and keeping the field tilted, but you want to cash in here, obviously.
Oh, boy, you really need to. So that basically makes it an even game at the end of the first half, whether we take a 1-point lead or not.
All right, 10.6 seconds remaining before halftime. 4th and goal for Strath Haven from the 1. Everybody in tight for the Rustin defense. Milligan under center. Takes it, and then you're going to get a timeout for Rustin. I think that's a great call. Yep. Coach St. Clair called. They blew it before the snap.
And I don't know that he made that quarterback sneak either.
Either way, I mean, the whistle blows and then everybody stops. You
right.
can't really put too much stock into that. They're going to have to reset the game clock to 10.6, I would assume. So, I mean, if he got the timeout before the play, I think they'll get the game clock reset. But either way, Strath Haven has its hands full right here. And, boy, if you watched any NFL football on Sunday, seeing snaps in that Buffalo Vikings game right around that goal line, you can see how tenuous that is.
You got to make sure you secure that football.
As a former center, you want to get off the ball because you got 2 guys, 3 guys right in front of you. You got to take at least one of them, and you got to get the ball off, and that's where the snaps get to be a problem. And
all right, here we go. Can the Panthers move it about 2 feet? 10.6 on the game clock here in the second quarter. Strath Haven trailing by 6. 2 tight ends. Crawford is your fullback. Gives to Fuskas off the left side. Stretches forward and in for the touchdown. Bob Fuskas. Well, they tried sneak a couple times, and they change it up. A 1-yard plunge for Bob Fuskas, and the Panthers have a chance for the lead for the first time tonight. We're knotted at 13. Big push off that left side, huh? Billy Brown, the tight ends, the wing, Austin Connor.
And he reached big time.
Nice work by Fuskas, stretching it across. Milligan to hold with a chance for an extra point. Oh, and then they jumped off sides, did Rustin. Rustin jumped off.
Did Rustin jump, or it looked like it's false start Strath Haven.
All right,
Rustin, I saw Rustin point immediately towards the Strath Haven players as if
but they always do
someone
that.
had moved.
Yeah,
but I didn't see any Strath Haven players pointing.
All right, so they'll back it up. Tim Steyer will try it now from the 15. We're knotted at 13. 6 seconds to go here before halftime. Evan Menaker to snap it. Ball spotted. Kick is away. It may have the distance. It does. Wow. Sneaking it over the crossbar is Tim Steyer. And the Panthers sneak a 1-point lead for the first time tonight with just 6 seconds to go before halftime. We'll keep it right here. And my goodness, we've had ourselves a seesaw here, up and down emotions. If you're joining us late, the opening kickoff, Rustin ran it back 92 yards. Nelson Murray giving Rustin a 6-0 lead after Sam Milligan blocked the extra point. It stretched to 13-0 after a couple of long runs by Chase Hatton, and the Panthers looked dead in the water for most of that first quarter, but the second quarter has belonged to the Panthers. The defense has stiffened, and the offense has finally gotten things moving now with a 14-13 lead. And now the ever-dangerous kickoff here.
Well, let's kick it out of bounds and call it a half. Will we please? Why would you give these guys 6.5 seconds to run?
Good point, Mike. I think it's not a bad idea. Let them have it at the 35-yard line. So Steyer may decide to do just that. We'll see. He needs to get it deep enough into a wind here. And a line drive. It's going to angle to this sideline. The Panthers will have to cover Nelson Murray, who's got a head of steam now to the near sideline, and they wrap up just shy of the 30-yard line. Nice work by the Panthers getting the stop. That's Fuskas, Kauffman, and others, and that will do it for the first half. It's been a fun one, and boy, not much different than what we saw a year ago. Last year was a one-point game in the District 1 final. Teams are at it again. Panthers up by 1 after 2 quarters of play. We'll have a short timeout. Be back for the Strath Haven Marching Band. Some halftime chatter with Pete, Andrew, and Mike, and a whole lot more. We'll take a short timeout. Be back in a moment. Glad you're joining us live or on the archive on havenfootball.net.
Or buying a home is serious business, and for serious business the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. We are at halftime. Strath Haven 14, Westchester Rustin 13, and I'm going to kick it over to the Strath Haven Marching Unit Band Director, Nick Pignataro.
Good evening. Onto the field comes the 2022-2023 Strath Haven High School Panther Marching Band. Tonight's show brings back the nostalgia of the 1980s. Music from Beyonce's first solo album, the pop sound of AJR, the complete first song the Killers ever wrote, and the digital world of Undertale. The student leadership team is led by student directors Jessica Farhat, Georgia Giannopoulos, Ella Grossman, Jake Sherman, and Will Shore. The drum majors are Caitlin McManus, Day Taylor, and Sammy Quinn. We take you back to 1986 with Rocky Balboa training and climbing mountains in the film Rocky IV. The Panther Band brings this John Cafferty tune to life with the power ballad Hearts on Fire. Look alive, Beehive. We got you looking so crazy right now. Beyonce turned up her solo career in 2003 with rapper Jay-Z and her album Dangerously in Love. Crazy in Love was a #1 hit in the US and the UK with top 10 rankings around the world. We feature Silk's dance team and dance line now with Crazy in Love by Beyonce. This song reached 8th on the US Billboard Hot 100 list with its Tale of the Inevitable. If adulthood happens no matter what, better go out with a bang. The Panther Band brings this electro-pop hit to life. This is Bang by AJR. It started out as a kiss. How did it end up like this? This is the lasting hit that just doesn't go away. The speedy rock ballad pumps up crowds at parties, sporting events, and through many car radios. Spending 5 whole years in the UK Top 100 chart list, this is Mr. Brightside. Gamers to your controllers, it's time to battle the boss Sans. Toby Fox wrote this tune using the video game Undertale, and the music has soared in popularity. Check out these Panthers as we play, move, and dance Megalovania. of Haven, the Strath Haven High School Panther Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Assistant Band Director Haley Lombard, Instrumentalist Instructor Allison Williams, Drumline Instructor Gustin Rudolph, and Drumline Assistant Mateo Machado. Kelly Caulfield directs the band front with Silks Instructor Aria Boris, Dance Team Instructor Gigi Ianello, and Dance Line Instructor Valerie Schliga. Student Teaching Assistants are Elizabeth Marino and Erica Westcott. For the Panther Band, I'm Nick Pinataro. Have a great evening, and let's go Panthers!
Or buying a home is serious business, and for serious business the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-368-6641.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field, where the score is a very tight 14-13 in favor of Strath Haven. Strath Haven has trailed the entire first half until the last couple of seconds. Got a touchdown, which brought it within the 13-13 tie, they got the extra point. So it's been a heck of a game. We're not going to an in-camera booth because we only have 3 minutes, although it's frozen right now.
They're waiting for the Rustin team to come out onto the field for warm-ups.
Pete can't hear us. Can you guys?
Pete's on.
Yeah, but
all right.
You can't hear me? All right.
Yes, he can.
He's
lying.
Turn him up.
He's
Turn
just
him
a little slow.
He's not slow. He's just older.
There you go.
All right, there you go.
How's that, Pete?
That's great.
That's why we did a mic
check.
check. You weren't on the mic check.
He didn't say anything in pregame.
That's right.
Okay. You guys don't let me talk. Turn my mic off.
that was...
You could still say
all right,
I can't hear anything.
We're on the air, guys. Let's go. Pete, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts are this is going to be a war in the second half. This game, if you look at the stats, Mike, quickly, Haven, total yards, 176. Westchester, 86. Passing yards, 13-0. 163 rushing, 86 rushing. 12 first downs, 3 first downs. 16 minutes possession. Strath Haven, 7 for Westchester. You'd say, wow, we got a 14, 15, maybe a 18-point lead. We have a 1-point lead because of 2 plays. A fumble inside the 2-yard line by Strath Haven when they were going in to score, and a 92-yard run on the opening kickoff. Those 2 plays right there are 14 points, and that's the difference why we're only up by 1.
Well, there's no doubt, and we thought this game would be coming down to potentially who's going to make the mistakes.
Yes.
And so far, right now, Haven has played the better football game overall, but because of that touchdown and because of the fumble, they are barely ahead in this game. And as far as I'm concerned, it's virtual tie. Now, 1 point can make a huge difference when you're down to the last minute of the game, but with 2 quarters
Need I
left,
remind you of last year? Last year's game was 34-33. That was 1 point in last year's game.
I understand
that. It came down to they kicked an extra point. Haven went for 2 in the win.
But last year, Haven took off like a shot, and then
just reversed
and then Rustin caught up. Yeah. Now we're going into this, although it took place primarily in the second half, the catch up. So this should be interesting. Now, Haven's going to get the ball first. Obviously, a long possession and a touchdown will go a long way to.
But it won't win the game, but it'll be good.
It'll go a long way towards winning again.
These 2 teams, Mike, are so evenly matched, and they're mirrors of each other. They run the wing T. They have powerful running backs. They're just 2 excellent teams. One's 10-1. Haven's 12-0. this is what it's all about. High school playoff football, two excellent teams battling it out, and there's a 1-point difference.
Yep.
It don't get any better than this.
So, anyway, we won't have time to discuss any other professional leagues. We're going to bring Brian back here. The teams are already on the field, as you can see on the – well, you can't see on the complete screen, but –
you can kind of see on the screen that both teams are on the field here, ready for the second half to start.
Well, a couple quick score updates also at halftime. We'll start in 6A, the two semifinal games. Perk Valley with a touchdown late in the second quarter to take a 13-7 lead over Central Bucks West. They are the 2 seed. If Perk Valley wins tonight, they could host if Garnet Valley were to fall to Downingtown East. But at the moment, it's knotted over on Smithbridge Road in Glen Mills. 14-all is your score. Jaguars and Cougars in a catfight. Downingtown East with the lead. Garnet Valley came back to tie them twice, and Garnet Valley will get the football to start the third quarter. And then in the other 5A semifinal, Upper Dublin leading Plymouth Whitemarsh 7-0 at half. So the top-seeded Cardinals on top, 7-0. We'll try to keep you posted on any other scores that we can get as they occur. But in the meantime, Strath Haven will get the football and move left to right here, starting in the third quarter, leading 14-13. And for the mistakes and the stone silence, frankly, from the crowd below us through the first 12 minutes or so of this game, Strath Haven with very little momentum. A big play for Strath Haven to turn that around really was that 4th and 4 conversion. Sam Milligan finding Anthony Crawford on the only completed pass of the night for either team. Well, each team's only attempted one pass. But that gain of 13 yards seemed to spark Strath Haven, turned into a scoring drive where Anthony Crawford got his 1-yard touchdown plunge at the 11:55 mark, rather. First play of the second quarter. Bob Fuskas followed it with the last play from scrimmage in the second quarter, and the Panthers lead at 14-13. All right, here we go. Griffin Strunk has it ready to go, and we're underway in the third. High, end-over-end kick. It's going to take a hop, and into the end zone it goes. Splits James Fisher and Austin Connor, and Strath Haven offense will start at their own 20-yard line and started to get some momentum there, namely on the legs of Anthony Crawford. 176 yards of total offense for the Panthers, 13 of it in the receiving game for Crawford, and 119 on the ground. So he's been the bulk of the offense, but timely runs from Austin Connor and Bob Fuskas and Sam Milligan have kept the defense honest as well. All right, Milligan and the Panther offense ready to go from their own 20-yard line. 2 tight end set once again. Wing to the right is Fuskas. He has room off the left side on first down momentarily, and it closes quickly. Panthers at the point of attack seem to be opening a hole, but have to give lots of credit to this Rustin defense. They get to the ball in a hurry. Damon Jacobs flies up from that free safety spot pretty quickly, and the linebackers flowing to it as well. So a gain of 4 for Fuskas. Maybe
we gave him
4.
Second and 6.
Second and 6. All right, call it 4.
One thing to watch for the Panthers, ball protection. Got to keep that ball. Rustin seems to be ripping at it every play.
T formation this time. On second down and 6. Play fake and rolling to his right is Milligan. Eyes downfield, looking. It's going to stop, cut inside of one man and lower his shoulder across the 30-yard line and has himself a first down to the 32. So, and now you got an injured player here. All right. This is... all right, it looks like a Rustin injury. Did not see what happened.
No, but he
but
was involved in that tackle,
somebody tangled up with Milligan there, and not sure what's going on. But the Panther coaching staff very, very quickly asked everybody to hustle over here. So we'll see. Is it 2 players down? Looks like maybe 2 players down. All right, we're going to take a short timeout. Sam Milligan has picked up a first down out to the 32-yard line, and we will hold our breath for good health for a couple of players down and be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
This video and audio broadcast is copyrighted by havenfootball.net Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any other use of these broadcasts or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without a havenfootball.net Incorporated's expressed written permission is prohibited.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. We're just about 51 seconds into this second half. Strath Haven has picked up a first down on a run from Sam Milligan. 11:09 to play here in the third quarter, but 2 injured players on the same play for Rustin. The good news is number 64, Nick Hornbach, off under his own power just a moment ago. But still some concern here for a second Rustin player that we've not yet identified here laying on the turf below us. So we'll try to keep you posted. Looks like there might be some second half action underway in the other semifinal in 5A and both. And this is Antonio Santangelo, who's been fantastic at outside linebacker tonight and also serves as your fullback. So this is good sign that he's on his feet, not a good sign that he's going to get some pretty significant help to get off the field here. So hold our breath that he's okay. Nobody wants to see this an injury.
He's walking a little better than he was initially, so hopefully
for the seniors especially. And again, we mentioned this at the start of the playoffs. It's one and done time now. This is somebody's last night playing football, whether it's somebody in silver and black or blue and gold. You just hope for good health and good competition for all of these kids. And we've had that through the first 2 quarters of action, but tough start to the third quarter here. Santangelo will head off the field here for Rustin, and Panthers now with a first down and 10 at their own 31. One other game of note here in Delaware County to consider for playoff action. If you are has nothing to do on a nice Saturday afternoon, Bonner Prendy and Interboro, 1 o'clock tomorrow at Ridley High School. Here, first and 10, Sam Milligan in the offense from their own 31. Quick hitter to Anthony Crawford. Up the middle he goes, and he was a shoestring away from breaking it. Instead, he'll give him the 41-yard line and another Panther first down.
I had my finger on a replay button. That was close.
It was Crawford, I think, looked like Damian Jacobs with a touchdown saving tackle. And Mike, you said that in the pregame as well. Everybody in the box, and if you find one little gap, it could be off to the races. 9 in the box for Rustin on first down. It's Crawford one more time. Off the left side, he'll pick up a couple. Much better job that time by Rustin's Jason Hunn, getting off his block, and out to the 43-yard line goes Crawford for a gain of 2. Second down and 8, and Crawford up to 21 carries already tonight. Clock ticks, 10-10 and counting to play here in the third quarter. Opening drive of the second half here for Strath Haven. They lead at 14-13. This drive started at their own 20-yard line. From the 43 now, 2 tight ends. Faribault to the left, Kauffman to the right, and motion man to the right side, and up the middle goes Crawford for good second effort. Good lean there from Crawford to the 46.
He is so hard to get down.
They'll bring up 3rd and 5. So Crawford for 3 more. And this is the kind of patience that Coach Clancy has had for years. He and Dan Schaefer consulting on the offensive side of the ball here. Just say, look, we can take 3 yards at a time, do that 4 times in a row, move the chains, milk the clock. And with a 1-point lead, Panthers trying to convert now on 3rd and 5. Wing to the left is Austin Connor. It's Fuskas off the left side. Cuts it back and into traffic. Good spin forward for Fuskas is going to get him to 4th and 2. Sam Milligan saying, we're going for it, right? He's waving to Coach Clancy saying, yeah, let's go. They're going to put it down at the 48. 4th down
3
and 2 at the 48.
Everybody says 2. I think it's 3.
So Crawford, he needs 3. Okay, he needs the 49. Yep. All right. So Fuskas for a couple. He's well below his season average so far. 9 carries for 35 yards. Has the second Panther touchdown. Now 4th and 3 from their side of midfield. Under center is Milligan. Turns, gives to Crawford off the right side. First down and more. He barrels his way. Takes the man for a ride. Down to the 44-yard line.
That was
he needed 3. He got 8.
Yeah, it was an impressive play, boy. I was really waiting for it to be a hard count, but they're not playing tricks anymore. They're saying, let's go play football. We're just going to do this straight up, and if they can stop us, they stop us. If they can't, they can't.
Will Luthold and Gavin Pilson collapsing that right side that time. 1st and 10 from the 44. Wing to the right is Fuskas. This is Austin Connor on the carry. Cuts inside, and boy, that was blown up quickly. Nice job crashing in the backfield. He won't get credit for the tackle, but Jeremy Lynn number 9, that's Joseph McAllister, blew up that play, and nothing doing there for Connor. They'll lose a yard back to the 45. Brings up 2nd down and 11. Clock ticks, 7:45 to go here in quarter number 3. Panthers leading by a yard, again with 2 tight ends. And quick hitter to Crawford, and he's into the secondary again. He's carrying tacklers inside the 35 to the 34, and I think that'll move the chains again.
Yep.
11 more for Crawford. Rustin has had very few answers tonight for number 34.
Well, the total, we went over the stats at halftime, and the total, stats for Haven on the ground for possession and everything else, I mean, they should be winning this game by 14 points, and they're winning it by 1.
From the 34, 1st and 10. Play fake and on the Mustang sweep. This is not much doing for Fuskas. Maybe a yard at most as Chase Hatton got off the block. Excellent angle on containment there. There was no way Fuskas is getting outside. Had to turn it upfield, and that's a play that honestly really beat up Rustin last year. That Mustang sweep, they had a hard time containing Matt Schuler. Well, that's another story for last year. Matt Schuler went out. Panthers were up by 2 touchdowns when Schuler went out of the game, and it kind of turned the tide late in that second quarter from there on out. Here on 2nd and 10, this is Crawford banging his way forward down near the 30-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. And Panthers, again, probably in 4-down territory again, unless you're looking at a negative play here.
Oh, yeah,
Nose of the football just outside the 30-yard line. Half the third quarter clock is gone as we're at 6:10 and counting as Milligan jogs in the play.
Well, that's plan A. Take a lot of time off the clock. Plan B is you got to score.
T formation. 2 tight ends. On 3rd and 6, it's Crawford off the right guard. He'll burrow his way across the 30. Had to get low, and I think he's a little bit short. I think it'll be 4th and a yard or 2 here. Down to the 27 or so. He needs the 24.
He's a good solid
4th
yard.
down and 3.
4th down. 4th
okay,
and I got 1.
2.
I think it's 2.
All right. There we go. Clock ticks. 5:26 and counting to play here in the third quarter. The Panthers had this drive start at their own 20-yard line. On 4th and 2 from the 26. Rustin defense trying to get off the field. Milligan perhaps changing the play or the scheme. Turns, gives. This is Crawford up the middle. He's going to take a man for a ride. They're trying to hold on. I don't know. It's close. It's close. Forward progress may have gotten him there. They dragged him backwards, but I don't know. Awfully close. Rustin thinks that, everybody agrees. He's short. Number 59, Colin Riley, got a hold of him around the waist, pulled him backwards, and Crawford is stopped just shy. Rustin down by 1 now with their first possession of the third quarter starting at their own 28-yard line. Wow, big stop there for Rustin.
Oh, that's huge.
That ball's at the 25-yard line.
All right, nose of the football on the 25. David McLean, the sophomore, under center, T formation behind him. Motion man is Jacobs. Jacobs with some running room off the right side. He'll lean forward. Bob Fuskas wraps him up, but he'll pick up a few out to about the 28. Gain of 3. Jacobs just 2 carries in that first half. 3 carries, rather, in the first half. 4 carries for 8 yards now. Panthers have, for the most part, kept the horses in the barn, with the exception of a couple long runs from Chase Hatton.
Yeah, a turnover here would be golden.
All right, Nelson Murray split to the near side. Shotgun look now for McLean. Motion man, they give it on the jet sweep. Nope, give us instead to Jacobs off the right side. He turns the corner, shed a tackle, and got free on the sideline. I think he has himself a first down, or darn close.
He's at the
All
9.
Right. Well, let's see. Maybe stepped out. That's Jacobs on the carry.
Yep.
And, okay, I guess he stepped out. All right, he is well short. All right. He crossed that first down marker, but I guess stepped out short of it.
He crossed
only at the 31.
He was pushed out by Ben Faribault in pursuit.
All right, third down and about 4. Trips to the near side. On 3rd and 4, McLean. Quarterback draw off the right side, looking for room. He sheds a tackle, and first down and more. Out to the 40-yard line goes McLean. Panthers had a shot at him near the first down marker. Couldn't squeeze him, and McLean picks up 9 and a first down. That's a big, big play there for Rustin to get some offensive momentum that, frankly, stalled out the entire second quarter.
And they've got to, they haven't held the ball for very long at all from time of possession. And if they turned the ball over here, they would have lost all the plays in this third quarter.
All right. Fresh set of downs here for Rustin. They spread it out again. Shotgun look, 4 wide. Quarterback keeper again off the right side. McLean with Ben Faribault riding down at about the 41 or 42 maybe. So, McLean. And this is the kind of thing where you may have to make an adjustment now. Antonio Santangelo, your starting fullback, he's a running threat, but he's also, on film, maybe your best blocker coming out of the backfield. So without him in there, you may see just a little bit more of the shotgun look or something to get these halfbacks in space. 2nd down and 7. We call it a gain of 3 for David McLean. Nelson Murray split to the near side. Wing to the left, and the give it fullback dive this time, and this is Jacobs shifts over to fullback. That's one way to fix your fullback question. Yep. And he's going to bang his way. Oh, no,
That's
sorry.
actually 18, Jake Crispino.
Crispino checked in. All right. Saw 3 shoot through there. He was the lead blocker. And Jake Crispino has filled in and had a couple nice games earlier in the year as well. All the way to the Panther 47-yard line. And 10 yards later, it's another Rustin first down. All right, clock ticks. 2:39 and counting to play here in the third quarter. Rustin trailing by a point. Strath Haven trying to turn the tide again. McLean going to keep it again off the right side, and they do have some room. McLean with Ben Faribault in pursuit over there, takes it to the Strath Haven 41. Gain of maybe 5 or 6 more. We'll see where they spot it. Brings up second down
7.
and a very, very manageable.
Give him 6 more, 7 more.
Very manageable 4.
Evan Menaker on the stop.
Okay. All right, gain of 7. And the Rustin.
Well, they found something on
that right side.
I was going to say. They've obviously got to shore it up. Whoever's working contain outside linebacker has to keep his position.
All right, 2nd down and 4. McLean under center, wing T behind him. The fullback is Crispino, who's going to push his way to first down yardage, I believe. Driven backwards there by Vince Hales and Ben Faribault, but I think it's enough.
Yes, I think so too. But
you're looking at 3rd and inches or first down.
That was actually JoJo Magalon on the carry. It looked like 38.
Okay. All right.
And first down.
So, fullback by committee now for Coach St. Clair and the Golden Knights.
Downtown East, 25-yard field goal. They take a 17-14 lead on Garnet Valley. 5:04 to go in the third quarter.
All right. 150 and counting to play here in the third. Strath Haven 14, Westchester Rustin 13. But Rustin on the move after turning over the Panthers on downs back at the 26. Nelson Murray to the near side. Slot left is Jacobs. Shotgun look now. Empty backfield. Motion man is Chase Hatton, this is Hatton looking for room off this left side on the jet sweep, and the Panthers ride him down. Beautifully done right there by Austin Connor to grab hold of him and drop him after a gain of maybe 2. So Hatton, who ran wild in the first half, 59 yards on just 5 carries, gets his first touch since halftime. 2nd down and 8 with 1:05 and counting to play in the fast-moving third quarter. Panthers chewed up 6.5 minutes with a drive that stalled at the 26. Rustin has had it since. Inside of a minute to play here in the third. Murray split to the right. Slot right as well on 2nd and 8. McLean looking, has eyes downfield under heavy pressure. They've got eyes on him, and it is complete, I believe, over there. Yep, it is caught by Jacobs. Nice work by McLean to avoid the rush for a short gain of maybe 2 or 3. All right, brings up third and about 5. 29 seconds to go here before halftime. It's the first completion of the night for McLean. And it's Jacobs in the flat there, picking it off his shoe tops. And Coach St. Clair, I think, is going to say, yeah, let's flip the field, put the wind at our back, and try it on 3rd and 5 from the other side. All right, folks, we're going to take a short time out for what should be a wild fourth quarter after a scoreless third. Strath Haven 14, Rustin 13. Be back in just a moment. Glad you're listening live or on the archive on havenfootball.net.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpagnatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.com.
Welcome back to George L. King Field here at Strath Haven. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play, joined as always by Mike Mayer, Andrew Kauffman, and Pete Fulginiti. Mike Clancy on the camera. Strath Haven leading 14-13, but Rustin 3rd and about 6 from the Haven 32. Andrew?
28-yard field goal for Upper Dublin with 4.5 to go in the third. They extend their lead to 10-0 up on Plymouth Whitemarsh.
2-score game up in Fort Washington, and should that score hold, the winner of this one will take a road trip up to Upper Dublin. If Plymouth Whitemarsh can come back, then either Strath Haven or Rustin will host the District 1 final next Friday night. Long way to go in this one, though. 14-13. Strath Haven leading by a point, but it's tenuous here. 3rd down and 6 as Rustin will break the huddle at the Strath Haven 32. Wing to the left is Jacobs. Murray to the right. Fullback give inside, and this is first down yardage inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. Banging his way through there is JoJo Magalon, the sophomore. Picks up a first down at the 26.
That may be the best chance Haven gets on this drive to stop this team.
We'll see. From the 25, approaching the red zone. Here are the Golden Knights. Panthers with some missed opportunities tonight on the offensive side of the ball, and now asking the defense to hold up in a big, big way. Jacobs split to the far side. Nelson Murray to the near side. Shotgun look on first down. Give on the jet sweep. This is Hatton trying to find room off the edge, and they've got him wrapped up. That's James Fisher coming up with a big stop, and I think they'll lose a yard or two here. Nice work there by the Panther pursuit. And Hatton is dropped back at the 26. Hatton 2 carries for just 1 yard since halftime, after being the bulk of the Golden Knight offense in the first 2 quarters. Lynn slot to the right, Hatton split to the right, back to pass looking left, and firing to the outside is complete, and shedding a tackle is Nelson Murray, but stepped out of bounds. Just shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and maybe a yard or 2. We'll see where they spot it coming off that far sideline, but Panthers couldn't get home on the pass rush there. Just a quick delivery from McLean. He's 2 out of 3 throwing it now. Not a whole lot of yardage, but Murray picks up 10, and you're looking at 3rd down and 1 now. All right, here we go. Under center is McLean. Wing T behind him. The give is to the fullback, Magalon. He's going nowhere. Bob Fuskas got off the block quickly, and I don't know if they'll even give him the line of scrimmage. Maybe. You're looking at 4th and 1 here. Wind at their back. You'd be looking at about a 32, 33-yard field goal. Cole Miller checks in, and Rustin will go for it. From the 16, 4th, and what looks to be about a yard and a half. All right, here we go. Santangelo back in the game. He's wing left. Split to the near side is Merrick Seaman. Wing to the right is Hatton. Hard count, and the Panthers jump. Costly penalty there for Strath Haven. A free 5 and a fresh set of downs for Rustin. 4th and a yard. Now turns into 1st and 10 at the 11.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
9:57 to go here in the 4th. Strath Haven clinging to a 1-point lead. And Rustin now 4 cracks at it from the 11-yard line. Can the Panther defense come up with something incredible? Lynn, tight end to the left. Merrick Seaman to the near side is split. And a give on the stretch play to the left side. This is Hatton, who will stretch his way for maybe a yard, if that. Not much doing there. Maybe one. Maybe one. Panthers crashed through pretty quickly, making the stop.
Central Bucks West takes the lead back. 2:41 to go in the third quarter, 14-13.
All right. Close games everywhere tonight in the District 1 playoffs. Here, 2nd down and 9. From the 10-yard line, McLean, they go toss to the near side, looking for him is Jacobs. Head of steam momentarily. The Panthers crash in, but he's going to tumble his way into the end zone. Damon Jacobs, his best run of the night by far, shakes free from the 9, and Rustin retakes the lead with 8:57 to go in regulation.
Now they're going to go for 2, or they're going to stick with 1?
Well, you're up by, yeah, you want to, I think you're going for 2 here to try to make it a 7-point game again.
Yep.
19-14 is your score. Damon Jacobs with just 20 yards rushing tonight, but that's perhaps the biggest 9 of the season right there. All right, Rustin will jog in the play, going for a 2-point conversion, trying to stretch the lead to 7. 19-14 is your score. Panthers now force Rustin to call timeout. Yeah, they're going to call timeout.
With the play clock running down.
That's right. So we'll take a short timeout with him, see what Strath Haven can drum up on the 2-point conversion defense here to keep this a 5-point game. We've had a wild one here in the semifinals at George L. King Field. Glad you're joining us. We'll be back in a moment.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with HavenFootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op or call 610-543-0900 for a mailed subscription. For all the local news,
welcome back to George L. King Field. 2-point conversion upcoming here for Westchester Rustin. Turn, rolling to his right is McLean, floating it to the end zone, going up the ladder and getting it for the 2-point try. It's good for Jacobs, and then you're going to get a flag on the play. You might get excessive celebration or unsportsmanlike, perhaps. And if that's the case, that puts 15 more yards on the kickoff. So we've got ourselves a 7-point game as the flag came in post-play. And, well, we'll see what happens here, Mike.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, you don't want to do anything if you're Rustin. You don't want to do anything to give Haven a shorter field. I mean, it just, they haven't been able to stop them that often. What do they got? Unsportsmanlike against Rustin.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so that will be 15.
All right, 15-yard penalty enforced on the kickoff. So now your kickoff back at the 25-yard line. Boy, Strath Haven, you cannot really complain about the field position they've had most of the night.
No.
They've just not been able to punch it in. A couple of drives that one stalled at the 2-yard line with a turnover. Another one stalled at the 26, turning it over on downs. And now Panthers need to come up with their biggest drive of the season, perhaps. All right. Or, hey, maybe you kick it to somebody fast to run it back. All right, let's see. All right, Evan Menaker and James Fisher flank Austin Connor in the kickoff return, and they should be awaiting at about the 20-yard line here as Strunk now has to back it up to the 25 after the unsportsmanlike penalty. Here we go. Strunk, high end over end kick. It'll be James Fisher who catches it on the back pedal at the 15-yard line. Fisher looking for some running room, sheds one tackle, straight ahead speed, and look out. Fisher down the far sideline. Oh, there's a flag down. Fisher's going to go 20, 15, 10, 5. He's going to be no signal. Touchdown is the call, but you have a flag back at the 40. I think it's coming back. Fisher with an 85-yard kick return touchdown, what would be his second of the year, but I think they've got to do it again. Flag on the play at the 40.
I don't know that they have to do it again.
You're going to get a hold.
It's a hold.
No, I know.
It'll be 10 yards. It'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
30. So what a turn of events here. Fisher broke that first tackle, turned on the Jets, and now the Panthers will get the offense on the field and have 70 yards to go instead of James Fisher scoring in a flash. Well, like we said a minute ago, the Panthers have had missed opportunities here for sure, and Fisher's going to get some attention on the sideline here. He may be a little dinged up.
Well, that was a tough tackle at the end.
Tackled right at the end, a little awkward fall. And Panthers already shorthanded in the secondary. Chase Nangle's not been back on the field. You do not want to lose Fisher as well. But in the meantime, they've got to take care of things offensively before they worry about the defense again. Rustin defense trying to keep things going here in the fourth quarter. Panthers with a wing tee on 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Milligan rolling out to his left. Eyes downfield, now going to keep it himself. Turning the corner across the 30. Bumped out of bounds at about the 34, 35 maybe. So Milligan gets some positive yardage on first down. And Panthers will be set up here. 2nd down and 5. Clock ticks, 8:24 and counting to play here in quarter number 4. 21-14, Strath Haven trailing. After being ahead for the entirety of the third quarter, Rustin has punched it in and retaken the lead. On 2nd down and 5, off the left side for a few, shy of the first down, is Anthony Crawford. Brings up 3rd down and about a yard. So 4 more for Crawford on his 27th carry of the evening. Anthony Crawford, now 3rd and a yard for the Panthers at their own 39. 7:39 to go here in the fourth. Milligan under center. In motion, Fuskas. It's Crawford one more time. Across the 40. That's enough for a first down. And the Rustin defense crashes in quickly. Damon Jacobs along with Connor Corrigan on the stop. 3 more for Crawford.
If this goes into overtime again.
End of the third quarter, Central Bucks West up 14-13 on Perk Valley, and 8:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Garnet Valley takes a 21-17 lead.
All right, very exciting football all over District 1 tonight. 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 42. Give counter crisscross. This is running room momentarily. This is Austin Connor. Gets a block, 40, 35. Leading the way is Milligan, and Austin Connor will go! No flags! And the Panthers strike back with a 58-yard scoring run on counter crisscross. How about that? Austin Connor, for the 2nd week in a row, with a game-changing touchdown run.
That is one of my favorite plays that they have in this playbook, the counter crisscross. You get the defense flowing all one way, and you hand it back the other way, and the blocking set up perfectly, and you walk in 58 yards later.
Extra point try looms large. It is shanked wide. Oh, no, it did go through. Oh, Steyer did not get all of that one. Sneaks it over the bar, and they all count. 21 all. 6:51 to go in the fourth. We'll be back in just a moment. Stick with us. A wild finish at George L. King Field for sure is on the way.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op or call 610-543-0900 for a mailed subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
Austin Connors had one carry in the second half. That one could not have been bigger. 58 yards to pay dirt, and we're knotted at 21. Low line drive kick. It'll be Jacobs at the 21-yard line. Panthers need to get some hats to him, and he's got some running room, a little shift. Oh, tripped over the 41-yard line, and good field position here for Rustin, and the Panther defense now needs to find a way to lock it down. James Fisher back on the field. Good sign there. Evan Menaker in the defensive backfield as well with A.J. Glavicek and Sam Milligan. And can the Panther defense stem the tide here as Rustin had a 74-yard scoring drive the last time they touched it?
Rustin has played very clean with very few errors, certainly no turnovers. They're holding on to the ball. This is where Haven really has to force a turnover to try to lock this thing down.
1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Shotgun look. Merrick Seaman split to the left. Hatton to the near side. He comes in motion. And now you're going to sweep to this near side. This is Jacobs. He's going to stiff arm his way across the 45 to about the 47. Gain of 3 or 4 on the play. And the Panthers defense staring at a 2nd down and 6. 6:25 to go here in regulation. Tied at 21. My goodness, what an evening of football. McLean, just a sophomore. Hatton, just a sophomore. A couple of sophomores on the line for Rustin. This is a team built for the long haul here, but want to make some noise right now. 2nd down and 6. Hatton goes in motion, rolling to his left. McLean going to keep it himself. Tries to turn the corner. Kauffman had a hand on him, but he shook free, and it'll be near 1st down yardage. They drive him all the way backwards, but 1st down, I think he's going to be a couple yards shy. Forward progress will give him the Strath Haven 49. Brings up 3rd and about 2. Panthers, they're going to need a negative play here. Tough to stop 3rd and 1. It's really called like a 3rd and 1 at this point. It's McLean grabbed the 49.
I don't think that Rustin will, assuming they don't get anything on this play or very low yardage, I don't know they'll take the risk and just punt it away. I don't know. I don't know what I do.
All right, here we go. Wing to the right, Santangelo. He's always a good guy to follow in the blocking scheme, but Coach St. Clair wants to talk it over. 2nd timeout for Rustin with 5:12 to go here in the 4th. Well, we'll take a short timeout with him, see what the defense can draw up on 3rd and 2. Rustin trying to keep the ball and retake the lead when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to...
All right, we're back.
All right, we are back indeed. 3rd and 2 from the 49. Double wing. McLean sends a man in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Panthers nearly jump but don't. They reset and they go toss to the near side. Jacobs trying to find the edge. Has it. 1st down and more. They shoved out of bounds by Evan Menaker. But that's first down yardage all the way to the Strath Haven 38. And Jacobs starting to find some momentum here. 8 carries, 37 yards, all but 5 of it here in the second half. Clock stopped with 5:05 to play here in regulation. We're knotted at 21. And David McLean sets the offense again with 2 receivers to the left, wing to the left as well. Hatton in the backfield alongside of him. They motion to the right on 1st and 10. They give to Hatton, cuts it back to the left side on the sort of a counter look. And down to the 35, maybe 34 here for a gain of 4. Nice little wrinkle there from Rustin running off the backside. Second down and 6 as Chase Hatton, again, Panthers have held him in check, but that's been the magic of this 1-2 punch for Rustin all year. One guy has a big first half, the other guy has a big second half. Most of the time, Hatton and Jacob sharing the load. Second and call it 5. Bunch formation to the left side. Seaman split to the right. And they'll go to that left side again. Hatton, they just had numbers out there and said, we have more guys than you. We're going to run behind it. And Evan Menaker has to sling him down, but not before he picks up the 25-yard line and another Rustin first down at the 24.
Boy, if they play
9 more.
If they play this out well, they'll be down, they'll get into the end zone with less than 2 minutes on the clock, and that will be a nightmare for Haven.
Well, see what Strath Haven can come up with here. Defensively, trying to slow this Rustin offense that's found its sea legs here in the second half. 2 receivers to the right. Santangelo motions back to the left. They give it to Jacobs off that left side. He goes into the teeth of the defense that time, and the Panthers hold up nicely, shy of the 20-yard line. So maybe a yard or 2 for Jacobs with 3:35 and counting to play here in the fourth quarter. You're right, Mike. Clock will be a factor here. The wind is at their back, and they have a good field goal kicker as well. So this is the kind of thing where the Panthers can't be content even if you get a stop out here near the 20-yard line. This is still very much in a spot where Rustin can put points on the board. We're tied at 21 with now 3:05 and counting to play. Second down and 8. Toss play to Hatton. He is met by Crawford. He's going to lose a yard here. Clock will continue to melt, but my goodness, Crawford belted Hatton that time. I think they'll lose one back to maybe the 24.
Yeah, it's third and 9 now.
All right, well, 3rd and 9. Panther defense trying to hold up. Rustin, on the other hand, right at the edge of field goal range on a cold night with the slight wind at their back. Rustin, though, trying to come up with something on 3rd and 9. Santangelo back in the game at fullback. And they give, rolling to his right. McLean steps up, fires, has a man out there, and incomplete. Overshoots his man, Merrick Seaman, who had a step in the end zone. And now, on 4th and 9 from the 23, you'd be lining up for about a 40-yard field goal.
Now, if they're going to go for a field goal, I would have thought they would have rushed forward and get as many yards forward as they could. But, of course, if that ball had been on the money, that would have been 7 or 6.
Right.
So.
All right, so on for the 40-yard field goal try is Griffin Strunk. Hatton will hold it from the 40. Panthers have to be careful not to jump. Hatton to hold from the far hash. Snap is a good one. Ball spotted. Kick is blocked, and it's a loose ball rolling down the field and out of bounds. The Panthers block it. Unbelievable. Was that Milligan again? Sam Milligan has blocked an extra point and now potentially the go-ahead field goal. Ball rolls out of bounds near midfield, and the Panthers with new life and 2:11 on the game clock.
Whoa.
My goodness. The kid does it all, doesn't he? It's just incredible.
He does it all on the football field. He does it all on the mat. He does it all on the diamond.
My goodness.
What
now,
an athlete this kid is.
21 all, 2:11 to play. Can the Panthers come up with some 2-minute magic? from their 44. Same wing T look, same two tight ends. On first down, it's Crawford. Right up the middle he goes, going to spin his way shy of midfield to about the 48. Anthony Crawford is going to sleep well tonight.
Yep, so am I.
A season high 29 carries now.
Here we go.
Panthers go no huddle. 2nd and 6. Crawford one more time, straight ahead, lowers the shoulder, has the midfield stripe, and not much else. Maybe the 49, and Coach Clancy will call timeout and see what he can drum up on 3rd down and 4. Wow. All right, 1:43 to go in regulation.
I think we just stay here for the rest of the game.
Yeah? Okay. I hope you can talk a little bit. I need to catch my breath.
Yeah, well, it's this is exactly the game I really anticipated. I don't know that I expected that with 1:43 we'd be tied 21 each, but I didn't expect anybody to pull ahead too dramatically, which is why when Rustin took a 13-0 lead in the first quarter, I thought, wow, this is not going the way I thought. But then Haven found a way to start picking it up. I'm sorry, we have an update?
Yeah, a couple of updates. Upper Dublin now up 16-0, 6:06 to play in the 4th quarter. Garnet Valley has the ball, 3.5 to go, 4th quarter, up 21-17. They have the ball there at Downingtown East's 11-yard line.
Wow. Okay. All right, so Garnet trying to advance to a District 1 final. Strath Haven trying to do the same. Upper Dublin seems to have their game in good hand. All right, here we go. Panthers 3rd down and about 3. Wing to the right is Fuskas, and now they shift everybody. To the left comes Ben Faribaugh. Give is to Crawford off the left side. Into the secondary he goes. Crawford is dumped, but not before he picks up the 37. Gain of 12 and another first down. Anthony Crawford, 32 carries now. I shortchanged him a little earlier. Andrew's all over the stats here. 1st and 10 from the 37. Chains are set. Panthers ready to go. This is Fuskas off the left side. Met in the backfield. Steps through a tackle. Across the 35 to the 34. Clock continues to tick. 1:20, 1:19. Panthers get up in a hurry here. Clock continues to tick. From the 34, 2nd down and 6. Wing to the left, Austin Connor. A minute to go. Fuskas again. He runs through another arm tackle. And this time they collapse nicely, does Rustin. Marek Seaman came and gave help to Connor Corrigan. Clock melts, but stopped now at 54 seconds. And Coach Clancy now at the 31-yard line. 3rd down and about 3. Needs to talk it over and give his kids a chance to catch their breath.
Yeah, that's part of it. Fuskas had his trouble. I don't know whether he's hurting or whether they've been keying on him or what the story is, but he has not found really a rhythm for his running today. And they can't just keep running Crawford all day long, obviously. So, I think this is a good timeout with 54 seconds left. I mean, we need one. Timeouts right now are 2 for Strath Haven and 1 for.
Well, they have 1 remaining.
One remaining.
1 each.
1 each.
Yep.
All right,
one remaining timeout for each team here in regulation. 3rd down. 3rd down and 4. All right, Panthers will try it again. Kauffman tight end to the left, Faribaugh to the right, T formation behind Milligan. Give, and on a rollout is Milligan. Back to pass, looking, has time, steps away, dumps it. This is Faribaugh on the flat. Little throwback, tight end screen, and Big Ben will carry men to a first down. Oh, how about that? Little tight end screen. And Big Ben's 2nd catch in as many weeks has moved the chains. The clock will restart here. 40 seconds, 39 seconds. Panthers with 1st and 10 at the 26. Crawford right up the middle, scoots his way down near the 20. Clock ticks. And then timeout, Coach Clancy. Is that their third and final timeout for Strath Haven with 29 seconds to go at about the, where are they? 18-yard line? Oof. All right. Crawford just took 7 more yards. We have them at 195 for the night.
I would say they've got a chance if they run around the end, they can run out of bounds. They may have to look to make a pass in the end zone. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, realistically, kicking on a freezing cold night into a breeze.
Well, he's had trouble.
And we saw Steyer kicking to this end of the field has barely made, well, the one extra point for it was essentially a 25-yard kick that barely snuck over. Oh, boy. You're going to need 15 more yards, I think, to give yourself a realistic shot at a field goal. Here we go. 2nd and 3 from the 18. Panthers trying to avoid overtime and perhaps get to a district final again. Fuskas wing to the right. Back to pass Milligan. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to be sacked. Dumped back at the 24-yard line. Clock ticks. 22 seconds. 20 seconds. Panthers have to hurry now. 15 seconds. 2nd and long, and Milligan will clock it back at the 24-yard line. Well, 13 seconds to go. And barring something incredible, Mike, we could be headed for overtime between these two teams for the 2nd year in a row.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to need bladder surgery after this.
Well,
my heart can't take this.
This is wild. Back at the 24-yard line, Rustin with a huge sack there. Panthers out of timeouts, and you have to be careful. You cannot turn the ball over. All right. Double tight end. Wing T, back to pass Milligan. Now you're going to get a timeout for Rustin. That's their 3rd and final timeout.
Yes, it is.
They'll have to reset the game clock to 13.9. But in the meantime, Rustin wants to make sure they have their ducks in a row and don't give up something wild here. Honestly, if you can get a completed pass near the edge of the field, I mean, something to the halfbacks or the fullback in the flat to run out of bounds, you get the ball to the 10-yard line, you may give yourself a shot at
if
a
it's the
goal.
last play of the game, what the heck? It's not going to, it's tied no matter what you do, so you might as well try the field goal. But
couple of quick updates. 2.5 to play, 4th quarter. Garnet Valley takes a 28-17 lead on Downingtown East. Upper Dublin also now up 23-0 with 4:56 to go in that game.
Upper Dublin has not given up a point in these playoffs. Here, we're knotted at 21. Strath Haven, 13.9 ticks on the game clock. 4th down. Milligan, back to pass, looking, has time, has in the flat, Fuskas, he makes the catch. He's going to run out of bounds, and this was part of the recipe, but did he get the first down?
I don't think he got it.
He may have been short of the first down, so we'll see. All right.
Nope, went the other way.
Nope, did not get it. All right, so not only, well, we said, you got to get yourself to the 10-yard line for a field goal try, but they came up short just on the catch and run there. So Fuskas, good catch, good run, but comes up short. Nice work by the Rustin defense. And now, neither team with a timeout. Ball sitting at the 16-yard line. Rustin with 7.2 seconds left.
Do you throw it long and hope for the best? You just take it and figure you'll play it, you'll win it.
You've got
overtime.
playmakers galore. I mean, here comes Nelson Murray. That's a guy to throw it to. All right, Matt Jones checks into the game in the secondary. All right, be careful here. It looks like they're going to take a knee, but you got to be sure. Take the snap, take the knee. Clock starts, and we folks are headed to overtime. All right, we're going to take a short time out, catch our breath. We'll come back with the overtime rules, the coin toss for overtime, and so much more. Boy, we've got a barn burner here at George L. King Field. Thrilled to be bringing it to you on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. And Strath Haven and Westchester Rustin, they play in the playoffs. Apparently, they have to go overtime.
Yep.
Last year, it was 2 overtimes. Tonight, we'll start with the first one and see where it lands. Knotted at 21. 3 minutes for everybody to catch their breath.
Well, they get each one timeout now?
And they'll each get a timeout in each overtime. And if you're unfamiliar with the rules, each team will get a possession at the 10-yard, starting at the 10-yard line. But they will first do a coin toss to see who gets the choice. Do you want the ball first? Do you want the ball second? Generally speaking, it seems most teams would prefer to have the ball second
right.
and let the other team's fate fall where it may, and they're 4 downs from the 10. And then you have the choice, of course, or you have a better understanding of, hey, you can win it with a field goal or a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, whatever that might be, depending on how the defense holds up. So that being said, Panther defense has bent and broken once in this second half, and the same can be said for Rustin. Each team giving up 1 score in the second half. Strath Haven scored on a 58-yard run from Austin Connor, and Damon Jacobs punched it in from the 9 for Rustin early in the 4th. So now both teams will talk it over and see who can come up with the right heads or tails call, huh?
Yeah, well, it's...
And looking at the scoring's very interesting. 13 points for Rustin in the first quarter, none for Strath Haven. Strath Haven scores 14 in the second quarter. We go in to halftime. Strath Haven leads by 1. Nothing in the third quarter. Only a couple of drives in that third quarter, though. And then 8 points for Rustin in the fourth, 7 for Strath Haven, and that leaves us where we are here now, 21 all.
Yeah.
Back and forth. It's been the seesaw all evening long. And again, this will be heartbreak for somebody over the next few minutes. Remember, these are untimed plays. Mike, as you mentioned, each team will get 1 timeout here in each overtime. Remember also that whatever happens in the first overtime, if, for instance, Rustin were to get the choice in the first overtime, the second overtime would automatically, the choice would go to the opposing team. So we'll see where this coin toss lands and figure it out.
I think Haven won.
I think Strath Haven won. And Sam Milligan seems to be having the conversation with the official.
Right.
And we will see.
And they're going to move down to the right side of the field
All
as
right.
well.
So we'll see which side of the field they end up. There's a wind on the camera in front of you. There is a slight wind blowing left to right. So Strath Haven has won the toss, deferred. Rustin will have the football going left to right with the wind at their back from the 10-yard line.
A couple of updates. Congratulations to the Garnet Valley Jaguars. They're headed back to the District 1 6A title game to defend their District 1 title after a 28-17 win over Downingtown East. 2:12 to play. Upper Dublin extends their lead 30-0.
Upper Dublin.
On a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Yeah, flying high. And the winner of this one will head to Fort Washington next Friday night. Untimed plays from here on out. Clock is not a factor. Now can you get stops from the 10-yard line? And then, of course, decision time for each team. Extra points. Do you go for 1? Do you go for 2? We'll see what happens. Or maybe the defense keeps you out of the end zone altogether. All right. Nerve-wracking stuff here for everybody watching.
Yep.
David McLean for the Golden Knights will break the huddle. He's 2 out of 4 throwing it tonight for 13 yards. Leading rusher Chase Hatton, 11 carries for 74 yards, although most of that came in the first half. Damon Jacobs has had a very productive second half. He has 9 carries for 38 yards and the most recent Rustin touchdown. All right, here we go. They'll spread it out to start. First and goal to go from the 10. Tight end Lynn shifts to the right, wing to the right, Santangelo, and they give it off the right side. Jacobs looking for room, sheds a tackle in the backfield, steps inside, and he'll dive near the goal line. He's just shy, but it'll be second and short as Jacobs made 3 men miss.
Yep.
All right, second and goal from the 2. Cole Miller checks in now on the defensive line. Panthers with a jumbo look up front. Rustin trying to unbreak the 21-21 tie. They're trying to break it.
Right.
Hey, I'm a little weary now, too.
Yep.
All right, power eye with two fullbacks. They give it to the tailback. Jacobs, room off the right side, and he is shy of the goal line. Fuskas and Glavicek in on the stop.
No
They'll
gain,
give him the one, maybe.
Give him the one, okay. Not much of a
All
gain,
right.
though.
All right. About 1.5 yards to go, maybe. 3rd and goal to go here. Panther defense held up that time. Same look, two fullbacks. Hatton is your tailback this time. Jacobs and Santangelo shift to the left. They'll try the left side. Hatton looking for room, sheds one tackle momentarily, lunges in, he's got a touchdown. Chase Hatton scores for the 2nd time tonight. And Rustin takes a 6-point lead, extra point pending, and here comes Griffin Strunk. They will kick for 1. All right, here we go. Chase Hatton will hold. Panthers trailing by 6.
Last time he attempted this, they got blocked.
Trying to make it 7 is Griffin Strunk. He's had an extra point and a field goal block tonight. Ball spotted. Kick is away. This one, plenty long, plenty strong, and it's 28-21 Golden Knights. Well, Panthers have to answer now. They have 4 cracks at it from the 10. Not bad. Jacobs on that first down run got it set up, and Hatton punches it in off the left side. 28-21, and the Panthers now get their offense going on the same side of the field. Well, Anthony Crawford's had 33 carries tonight, 196 yards.
Let's have a little fun. If we get the score, do we go for 2 again?
I think it depends.
It depends on what?
Depends on how easily you get it in. All right.
Pete is yelling
Pete
yes.
says yes. We'll see. All right, here we go. Panthers from the 10, from the left hash. Milligan with Connor and Crawford behind him. Wing to the right is Bob Fuskas. On first down, it's Crawford. Off the right side, he'll barrel his way down near the 5, I believe. All right, he'll pick up 5 on his first tote. He's over 200 yards for the evening, but still a long 5 yards to go here. A turnover would end it.
Yes.
Panthers have to take care of the football here. Jackson Jeremiah jogs in the play. He'll set up at guard. From the 5, T formation. Connor, Crawford, Fuskas from left to right in front of you. Gives to Fuskas. Off the left side, he'll drive the pile for a few, but shy of the goal line. I'll put it down at the 1. At the 1 as Fuskas goes for 4 more.
They're just doing this to make us excited.
Yes, it is, of course.
They
Why
could have
wouldn't
scored
you?
on the first
We don't
play.
want boring here,
Right,
Mike.
Right.
Come on. All right, here we go. Panthers with 2 cracks at it from the 1 yard line. 3rd and goal to go. Can they pick up a yard and a chance to tie or take a lead? Milligan under center. It's Crawford one more time. He burrows his way under everybody and into the end zone. Crawford for the 2nd time tonight. His 28th touchdown of the season. And Tim Steyer on for the extra point try. The kids might want to go for 2. Let's see. Oh, my. Here we go. Steyer's coming back to the sideline.
Oh, no.
Panthers will go for 2.
All right, I'm going to close my eyes this time, guys.
Here we go. Pete Fulginiti wanted it. He called it.
So you
and
can
now
blame
timeout.
him.
Coach Kevin Clancy wants to talk it over. What can you draw up to get 2 yards and a trip to the district final for the 2nd year in a row?
Boy, you're going to
All right.
run to the side?
We'll see what see what we got here.
I mean,
Last year was
yelling
the rollout.
Pete's calling for Crawford off tackle, which number-wise makes sense. I mean, to keep Crawford to less than 2 yards is not an easy thing to do. On the other hand, if you roll Milligan out and you put somebody in the end zone, you have the option to run it or throw it, so you have a little bit more to work with.
I'd have a hard time thinking they want to throw it. I think. And Rustin, I'm sure Rustin remembers what happened last year. All right, the cheerleaders, the student section, everybody heading down to the east end zone, and the Panthers will line up to go for 2. Somebody's senior season is ending in a moment.
Yep.
Panthers will line up to go for 2, and now timeout Rustin to talk things over.
Yep.
You know, Mike, would you dare a hard count here and try to get it to the 1?
Well, you could, but you got to be prepared to snap it no matter what happens.
Right.
And, of course, the other risk is that you screw up the hard count, and now you're 7 yards back.
Yep.
So,
all right, well.
I don't know. I think, they've been playing pretty much straightforward football, both sides. There's been very little razzle-dazzle. It's all been heads-up, smash-mouth football, and I suspect we're going to, as I said earlier, live by the sword or die by the sword. No.
Panthers pulled it out last year, 34-33 in double overtime when Sam Milligan scrambled to his right and dove inside the right pylon. Can history repeat itself right here? 28-27, Rustin on top, everybody on their feet, and Strath Haven will go for 2 and the win, and a trip to the District 1 final a week from tonight. Milligan under center, wing to the right is Fuskis. Drops the snap, scramble for it, and Rustin's going to win it on a fumbled snap. Heartbreak for Strath Haven.
Wow.
There, Rustin is on it. Jeremy Lynn comes out of the pile, and the Panthers never quite had the shot. Rustin will celebrate a trip to the finals, and Strath Haven's season ends at the 2-yard line.
Wow.
What a night. What a night. And Strath Haven heartbroken, and Rustin's going to have their fun right now, of course. The student section and team and so forth runs over towards the Strath Haven sideline to celebrate. Hey, this happened last year, Thanksgiving weekend. Strath Haven had fun at Rustin's expense as well. And now they will line up and shake hands as Strath Haven just missed opportunities tonight, left and right.
Yep, it really was. When you look at what Strath Haven allowed to happen tonight, they were the one we talked about. Going into this game, and it was going to be the ones with the mistakes. We're going to end up losing it. And boy, the fumble at the 2-yard line, the run back for a touchdown for allowing in the opening kickoff, and then of course a bad snap on the 2-point conversion. You can't make mistakes like that against a team as good as Rustin and expect to pull it out. And had they won this tonight, it would have been in spite of those mistakes. Rustin played a super clean game. I can't think of anything they did.
No, there was nothing that Rustin did wrong, really. They executed their game plan. Even though the stats will say Strath Haven should have won this, 325 yards on the ground for Strath Haven to just 186 for Rustin.
Yep.
199 total yards for Rustin to Strath Haven's 351. The stats tell the story. It's a game of missed opportunities and very unfortunate way for the season to end on a fumble.
And the story is the only stats that matter are the ones on the scoreboard.
Yep.
So, you can win the game in every capacity, and I think when we look at the stats, Haven will show that they won the game at every level other than on the scoreboard.
And the turnovers.
Well, they lost the game in turnovers, that's for sure. So, of course, there didn't need to be a turnover on the extra point on the attempt. A dead ball, if they had fallen on the ball and they recovered it, it would have been
would have been over either way.
That's right. So the fumble recovery wasn't particularly important. It was the fact they couldn't get the play off that killed them, and that's the. So good luck to Rustin going next week against a strong powerhouse team in Upper Dublin. I think they got their hands full, but they played a heck of a game today, so they're coming off of a high. Hopefully they can do some damage next week.
And the 6A final will be Central Bucks West heading to Garnet Valley. Central Bucks West, the number 11 seed, upsets number 2 Perkiomen Valley 14-13. Central Bucks West finds 6 yards on their 4th down at the end of the game to seal it.
So Garnet Valley will host next week. The District 1 final in 6A will be a rematch of Week 1. Central Bucks West and Garnet Valley pulled that out in miraculous fashion, frankly, in the final minute in Week 1. But in the meantime, we're going to keep it right here and get the camera on one terrific group of senior football players for the last time saluting the marching band. Strath Haven, nothing to hang their heads about. They finish as Central League champs, 12-1. This team's gone something like 38-6 over the last 4 years.
Yep.
So this group
What a team this
has been a lot of fun, and just tonight, a few too many mistakes that were uncharacteristic of the season through the first 12 weeks. So in this case, just too many tonight for the Panthers to overcome. So with the band playing the alma mater, terrific group of kids, and Coach Kevin Clancy falls 2 yards short of his 345th
2 yards
win.
and a bad snap.
Snap or exchange.
Exchange,
Say
we don't know,
exchange. That's a tough way to finish. But in the meantime, we'll take a short time out, be back for a quick wrap-up and some thank yous. We'll be back in a moment. Thanks again to our terrific sponsors who've had everything going here for us all season long on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K child care with an emphasis on learning? Duckling's Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old, within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School, on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Coach Kevin Clancy gathers the troops for one last time. And, you say, well, you're the home team. You could have gone for one in the tie. But when you've had an offense that all season long has averaged 8 yards a carry, and even tonight moved the ball very, very well for most of the evening.
Yep.
With the exception of 2 drives that, actually they moved it beautifully on the drive. They fumbled inside the 5, and then another drive that stalled at the 26. Going for 2, I don't think anybody can second guess that. But in the seconds on that last play, there's Rustin. Johnny on the spot, able to pounce on that fumbled exchange, and hey, they're moving on, and that's the way it goes sometimes. So Rustin should feel good walking into Upper Dublin next week. They will have their hands full with a tremendous defense. Upper Dublin has not allowed a point yet in the playoffs, and they like to throw the ball all over the field, which is obviously a different look than what Rustin saw tonight. But in the meantime, Coach Clancy, you're addressing these kids. It's been a special group. Lots of fun. Central League champs. Unfortunate that they didn't get to bang heads with Garnet Valley this year. That would have been a fun one. But in the meantime, they'll take their undefeated regular season run and a couple more good playoff wins and fall inches short tonight, 28-27. Special thank yous go out to all of our athletic directors in the Central League who were terrific to work with and let us set up shop with the video broadcast all season long. And, of course, our own Pat Clancy, who has been supportive and accommodating here in the booth. Gary James and everybody else who's worked the PA this season's been fun. We'll get together and talk about this at the team banquet in the next couple of weeks. But Pete Fulginiti, fantastic, as always. Andrew Kauffman doing more and more every year, and this video broadcast has been a lot of fun. Mike Clancy, speaking of the video, has been on the camera for us all year and just been wonderful. And Mike Mayer, amazing job, as always. This website has been, just seems to get better and better and bigger every year.
Yeah, and Brian, a great play-by-play series. You sound terrific. I'm sure people listen to us, and we've heard it actually numerous times. Can't believe it's a high school broadcast. Can't believe that we're not, affiliated with who knows what. But the bottom line is we love doing this. You're terrific at it. I can't think of anybody I'd rather have in that spot. And this has just been a lot of joy. Win or lose, it's always great to have a season together. We look forward to it all year long. And, it's got to end at some point, and tonight is when it ended. We would hope to get a week, maybe 2 more out of it. But it is what it is. We're delighted. It was a great run. We even had really good weather through most of it. So, it's been terrific. So, we'll continue to do this. We're already making our plans for next year. So, what the heck?
Indeed. So, we'll sign off one more time and sign off for the 2022 season. Strath Haven finishes at 12-1. Central League champs and 1 game shy, couple feet shy of a district final once again. But your 12-time District 1 champions and your 14-time Central League champions have lots of reasons to feel good about a wonderful, wonderful experience. Wins and losses, to heck with it. It's been a lot of fun watching these kids. It's a special, special group. So we'll look forward to 2023. New cast of characters, I'm sure. But in the meantime, signing off. Good luck to Westchester Rustin. Congratulations, Coach St. Clair, and good luck next week for the final time in 2022. Strath Haven Falls 28-27. This is Brian Carroll signing off. Good night, everybody, and great football.
This internet broadcast has been a production of havenfootball.net Incorporated. All rights are reserved. Thanks for watching and good night.